Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dorks in Danger, a tabletop group. Tabletop group, my friends and I play Dungeons and Dragons. No urgent announcements, nothing ground-shattering. We're just gonna get right into Recap Town. Previously, your party had departed from Fandalin urgently as you answered a call to aid from Butterskull Ranch, where Bud's family had been staying. After your initial reconnaissance of the ranch led to rescuing the individuals that the orcs had taken hostage with little to no drama, you began to return to the farmhouse once more to set about dealing with the orcs that had occupied it. In a flurry of surprise attacks from multiple sides of the building, the orcs were caught off guard, and you set into a heated battle throughout the building, pun intended.
Okay.
Thava walked straight up the outside of the building, entering into the second floor and entering combat with a magic user that Niah had spotted during her recon trip, who quickly then turned into a giant boar and joined the battle. After a fairly intense battle that led to the entire farmhouse going up in a blaze, Rinn grabbed the idol that the orcs had been using as the focus for their storm-calling ritual. She was granted a vision that showed her approaching a fortress in the highest peaks of the Sword Mountains to the south, encountering the white dragon that has harried your group in the region. This led to Thava having to carry her out of the building, which was on fire and burning down around your group.
Yeah.
Regrouping outside, you began to put out the fires as Al and Bud's parents returned, a tad bit aghast at the incinerated structure. You retreated for a well-deserved night of rest, and a level up, and in the morning, you were alerted to the presence of a scout party from Tribor who had been checking through the region. So far, they've offered to escort Al and Bud's parents back to Tribor, and Al is beginning to pick through some of the rubble of the partially collapsed farmhouse, likely looking to salvage what he can of his property and his business. What would you all like to do?
I would first like to announce to everyone listening to the stream that I completely forgot we weren't supposed to burn down the farmhouse, which Niah reminded me after we stopped streaming last week.
After you burn the farmhouse down?
Mm-hmm.
I still contend that
I
should
know
have been
that.
obvious.
I know that! Out of character! I probably would have made different choices, but here we are.
Here we are.
I'm just gonna lean into the 8 intelligence on that one.
It was a big 8 intelligence play.
I still think that it should have been obvious that, you know, when we have a mission to save the farmhouse, that we don't set the farmhouse on fire.
Setting buildings on fire
5
aside.
weeks. Listen, maybe she didn't hear
5
save
weeks.
the farmhouse and she heard blaze the farmhouse.
It's true. All I saw were the orcs, and they were all bunched up. You know what happens when the orcs get bunched up? I just want to
Shotgun fire. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the morning sun bears down upon all of you. There is the smoldering ruins of the farm surrounding you. Al is picking his way through one of the corners of the building that collapsed, moving rubble out of the way with the help from the scouts, starting to pull different boxes of things, some burnt and unrecognizable. Bud's parents are doing what they can to help. But what would all of you like to do this morning? It is cloudy. It is a bit chilly.
I assume Bud would be helping his parents and Al and just doing idle chat. Maybe, you know, now that they have time, relaying a summary of the adventures he's been on, what he's seen, what he's done, and stuff like that.
Are there any
Not much else.
residual fires?
Everything seems to have burnt down to just embers and smolders. There's some wisping white columns of smoke lightly rising from the burned down barn. Some sections of the crops that were incinerated. But everything is just, you know, like campfire the next morning sort of scenario.
Okay. Alright. Rinn's probably like bugging Synas into cooking something delicious.
Which he definitely does.
Definitely
Yay!
does.
Hey, that was my goal for this session.
not gonna make you roll for it, considering I'm pretty sure you have the chef feat, right?
Yeah, I can make all sorts of tasty
you
treats.
you can make breakfast that's delicious.
I want
Yeah.
taffy. Taffy Synas? Synas taffy?
That I will make you roll
Taffy is
for.
not
That's-
breakfast.
Taffy is
that's
also
a bit-
not breakfast.
You know what? That's a bit complicated, but I could try.
Okay, please do.
I just want to make like just not raw dough, but not entirely cooked dough and add some food coloring.
Okay.
That's pretty close to taffy, right?
Sure,
That'll
yeah.
amuse her.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of put some flour and water together and mix it some and add, maybe some, I don't know, fantasy red dye 32 to make it red, and you end up with what is, cook it for like 20 seconds to firm it up a little bit, but you end up with what is functionally red dough.
This is going to be disgusting and awful, but here's some wilderness taffy if you are desperate.
You're not really selling it for me there, Synas.
Oh, I wouldn't sell this at all. No. If you ever find wilderness taffy in a shop, you need to leave.
Wow, that doesn't pop up in a future session.
That'll be the
God.
callback of the century.
Hey, Dre.
Hey, what up?
How far is the cow that we came across? Al's cow. His name's
Yep.
Daisy, right?
Yes.
How far is the cow from the farm?
It was like a half mile on the road back towards Vandalen. So like in
Okay.
the morning you could like walk and go get her.
I was actually gonna say, like, maybe as Bud is talking to his parents about the story, he comes like toward the end of it, like, where they're approaching the farm, and he remembers that they, that Daisy's out there,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes and asks Al if he can go out there to get the cow for him, because they're gonna be going the opposite way anyways.
Mhm.
So not too far away, might as well get her.
Yeah, he lets you do that. No
Alright.
problem. Takes you, 45 minutes to go get that cow, which she's very nonplussed and still eating the same patch of grass that you guys found her on the day before.
Wonders.
And he comes back and he's like, "Ah, her!"
Al, turning to you, his hands covered in soot, just goes, "Oh, good. I'm thinking she was maybe lost. You did say you found her the other day. Good. Good. Hand her off to one of the scouts."
Sure, yeah, she was just grazing in the same spot as before.
She does that. She doesn't like moving much.
But hands off the cow to one of the assistants, you said?
You see one of the scouts takes the
Scouts.
like the rope attached to the cow and just looks like very confused. And is just staring at this cow like, I don't know what to do with this.
It's Al's personal cow. She's very important.
Right. It's a cow. I'm not much of an animal person.
Daisy!
Right. Daisy. I'm not much of an animal person. And he just kind of like
Oh,
looks at the
shit.
other two who just shrug at him.
Oh, she's really calm. Go ahead and give her a pet.
Okay. And, like, reaches out, and as Daisy lifts her head a little bit, he like touches the very wet cow nose and recoils and is just like, "Oh."
She won't hurt you. You're fine.
I'm better with people and not animals, but and he just kind of goes
Takes a
silent and
little
gives you
practice.
he just gives you a thumbs up. Just
I know anything about
Dre.
cows, she's probably gonna stick that giant ass nasty tongue and just let 'em-
big lick.
Yeah. They do that. It's weird.
They do. They're adorable. I love cows. They're amazing.
Ray, quick mechanical question for you and your
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get to that.
DMs.
You could, but it would drop the second she touched
Yes,
the actual
cool.
thing.
Yeah, okay.
Question: what are a cow's stats?
I can look that up for you legitimately.
Like, wait, what's going on?
So while Bud was out going for the cow, Niah turns to her backpack and pulls out a thing of taffy and hands it, or offers it to Rinn.
No shit! You've got taffy. Where'd you get this?
I found it last at Fandelen.
All right, DM, insight check this motherfucker.
You make an insight check, and Niah can make a deception or persuasion check, depending on whether it's a truth or lie, but you don't gotta say which one it is.
Let me tell you, no matter what I roll, I already don't trust you.
As a player, you don't trust me.
No, as a character, I've had experiences.
You know, the whole ale down the back of the shirt thing.
You know, the whole bucket of water in the morning. You remember that?
Well, regardless, it is 20.
I got a 14.
Okay. Niah seems like she's telling the truth, but she probably has that extremely wide smile that she always has.
Okay, I'm gonna sniff the taffy. What does it smell like?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation or perception? I'm perceiving. Perceiving with the senses.
DM
1 of
harassment.
5.
It doesn't smell like anything.
Cool, I'm gonna give it to Bud.
What do you actually hand her?
Nothing.
As Niah hands you something and it drops into your hands, it just kind of through your hands
Oh, it
and
just
vanishes.
falls through my hands?
It just vanishes.
The moment you touch it, it just vanishes.
I look at her. I roll my eyes.
Niah just snickers and goes back to just relaxing.
To be
You know
fair,
that video
I think
of like the raccoon with like the sugar cube?
Yeah, the dry
It
ice,
disappears
the
in
dry
water.
ice
That's
in the
what
river.
just
Just
happened.
Yep.
to be fair, Rinn, I think you got a better deal with that than the wilderness taffy.
Well, at least yours has carbs.
It is raw dough.
What? You didn't even bake it? What?
Like,
Wait,
look.
Niah, just from lying down her back behind you, just says, "Hey, it's healthy for you."
What kind of taffy do you know that is just non-stretchy? Like, if I cook it, it's going to remove the taffiness.
Look, I asked you because you know how to cook. I've never had taffy. I was hoping to have an experience.
I know how to cook. I don't know how to bake.
And you crushed my
And that's-
dreams, Synas.
That's not even baking either, technically. Like, candy making
Yeah,
is a
that's-
totally
that's
different
like
group.
a- yeah.
Science.
That's science.
Out of
That's just
character.
chemistry.
Deriaz, you are horrifying me.
Is there anything Thava or Reyka are doing at this time?
No, not particularly. I think Thava was kind of quiet this morning.
Yeah, same for Reyka. This is we had just gotten up, right?
Yeah, this is like the first couple hours of your morning.
Okay.
Well, Thava's also just typily sleeps in a little bit,
That's fair.
given the opportunity. But
I can't imagine why.
yeah, she's not very. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? Yeah, no, she's not really talkative. She's not trying to do anything with the group in particular this morning.
Okay, okay.
After about hour and a half of digging through the rubble of this building, in between the scouts and Bud's parents, and anyone who wants to help, Al basically assembles all of the preserved butter skulls that were in the cellar into
Didn't melt.
that didn't melt. Well, most of them didn't. The ones near the door probably did, but
You know what I actually need to do
huh?
that I keep forgetting to
What-
do,
what's
and
that?
I'm finally remembering? I'm gonna take part of this morning to actually turn that gross giant spider venom sack
Oh,
into
yeah.
some antitoxin.
Yeah, absolutely do that.
He's been having this raw spider gland in
For
your
like a
backpack.
week. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's been next to Ermin's journal and some other stuff. Look, Synas is not the cleanest person.
What is that smell, Synas?
And you're our chef?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. The horror is growing. Happy early Halloween.
Wow.
Amazing.
Better hope we don't get a health inspector come through and take you down.
Health inspector.
The clerics of cleanliness.
How many
Clerics of
antitoxins?
Wait, Trey. Who? There's a god of like food, right?
There is. I don't remember which one it is.
Oh, what are bad terms?
I was like, there has to be like their clerics is going around like.
They are the Health and Safety Administration.
Isn't it like Shantae?
Shantae, I think, is the one. Yeah.
The domain of garlic bread is so mad at me. How many antitoxins do you feel like I would get from a week-old giant?
From a week-old giant, like.
I've been holding onto this for I keep.
I'd say like. I'd say you could make two doses.
Okay. Hey, that's one more than I expected.
Just because you've probably done anti-venom before, given your occupation. So
He's hardcore. He's done anti-venom.
he's really good. Hey kid, you got any of that anti-venom? Anyway,
Hey, Synas, you do any anti-venom lately?
my lord in heaven.
You want to get fucked up?
You wanna get fucked up? But yes, given an hour and a half, 2 hours, Al basically assembles everything that's left. You see him digging through quite a few things, trying to find something at one point, and pulls out a chainmail coat, which he goes ahead and dons. Which does have a brilliant light to it, and it doesn't seem like it weighs very much. He tosses it around like it's nothing. And he basically gathers everything he would need to make those butter skulls and gets them set up in carrying sacks and boxes to either carry with him or put on the cow, and basically prepares to head out. And Bud, your parents, both come up to you, your mom giving you another hug before preparing to go on their way.
Guess I wouldn't, say too much since I already kind of gave my goodbyes the other night, but just kind of reassuring that, they'll be safe with the guild and Al traveling farther east. And he will try to visit as soon as he can.
And with that, the scout party and your family and Big Al begin to take their leave, heading along the Tribor Trail to the east, leaving you all to the rest of the day. It's probably about 10, 11 in the morning.
Okay. So we're heading towards the Banshee, correct?
Let's put you
Or
on
no.
let's put you on the map
Yes.
that matters real quick.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
intent,
Because it's pretty close to where we are
Coneyberry, yeah.
overall. Yep.
It's almost like Dre planned this.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Accusations!
Hello, cool baby.
Yeah,
And my wallet thanks you.
How dare you accuse me of plotting?
How dare you? So you are here at Butterskull Ranch toward the...
Ariel. Sister Ariel wants to know where the spell book of Bo Gentle is. That's what we're supposed to ask the Banshee about.
You say Sister Gariel, and I just think of like Galadriel, but as like a Gariel, like the crocodile.
Oh, like the alligator thing?
Creature. Yeah.
Definitely not that.
Anthropomorphic.
It's definitely not that. You guys can return to your horses that you had hitched up the night before. Get ready to depart the cool breezes rolling through the trees, you can begin your journey back to the west, if you would like.
Into the west. Let's do it.
It doesn't take you too long. Only about an hour, a little under, to get everything together and head back to the ruins of Coneyberry. But as you return, you find once again the ruined town surrounding you. There is a path which leads out the northwestern side of the ruined town. As you were told, there is an old trail that leads into the woods where the supposed Banshee lair lie.
Does Bud know any like particular history about Coneyberry that others would not, because he's kind of close to it?
I would say, just given the time you have spent out here and the proximity of your family's farm to this area, you would know that Coneyberry was a pretty popular little town built around the Tribor Trail itself and saw quite a number of visitors passing through. When it was destroyed by orcs, it was a rather large upset to the area that left individuals not wanting to settle there once more. You do know of a couple locations near. There is a shrine about 5 miles to the south of Coneyberry named the Shrine of Savros, which was more of a sort of a liturgical gathering point, a very prominent large church built up on top of a set of hills that could be used as a fort in worst case. And you do you've heard of this Banshee, as we had covered before, though you didn't know much about it beyond the stories of it.
Bonus points for using the word liturgical.
Gotta use that vocabulary.
That's great.
Did Bud share those stories?
I believe he had told you about the Banshee.
Okay, well, and what were those stories? Let's just recap.
Mainly just as a, like, hey, we've been told not to go into the woods. You know, the kind of, the sort of generic haunted woods stories that parents probably tell their kids a lot to keep them away from the woods at night. Except in this case, there is actually a ghost out there that will just kill you.
Yeah, but how are you to know as a kid?
Sure.
I don't know, in this world where...
Dragons and ghosts exist, and they're real.
I feel like...
Before we need dragon insurance.
I feel like Bud would have like made an effort to explore the area, because I imagine that, you know, he traveled on his own a lot, like into the surrounding areas for game, and just a very curious fellow, like wanting to explore everywhere, and maybe he got spooked or something like, from going into that area.
Would Reyka have explored this area?
Yeah, Reyka, where are you from? Anyway.
Not farther away from here. Have to find the big map.
Okay. So Bud's the only local we have then, eh?
I think so.
Thava, don't come from around here.
No.
That took you a long time to answer, though.
Oh.
I think the only individuals of your group that know this area specifically, Synas probably has broader knowledge of the area, but Bud probably is the only local.
Okay.
But there is a trail that looks old and worn in that heads into a parting in the trees back into the Neverwinter Wood. you like to do?
I think we should go right on in.
Neverwinter Wood. Oh, we're that close to Neverwinter.
I mean, everything's close to Neverwinter, as long as you're in the northern section.
I suppose.
I mean, that's just modern North America. It's never winter here.
Yeah. Except
Wow.
sometimes. Some days it's winter.
I was promised hard snows here.
Yeah.
As you guys
Very warm.
begin to follow the trail, it once again goes into the fairly dark woods. The canopy closing overhead, despite it being sort of autumn, there is color change in the trees, but many of them have not dropped their leaves. The forest begins to grow darker as you wind further into the trees, following it a few miles out of town here.
Real quick, who has the ring?
The what?
The ring
The ring.
from Banshee.
Do you mean the
we
comb?
collected it. The comb, sorry, yes.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was
The
very
trinket.
confused.
The trinket that we were given by Sister Gariel that was supposed to be kept to the. I know we collected it because I remember making a point of doing so. Is it? Do I have it?
Got me. No idea.
I don't have it.
Either you or Synas has it.
Don't have it noted down for myself. But
Do I have
I
it?
assume it's within the party.
One of you
somewhere.
has a jewel encrusted silver comb.
Yeah, I remember making a point of getting it from Sister Gariel
Yes.
before we left.
Yeah.
So it might actually be my character. And I probably just forgot to mark it.
That's okay.
And can you remind me, since it has been such a long time,
Mhm.
Sister Gariel did have some instructions and about how it was significant to the Banshee.
She basically said that with banshees you should try to appeal to their vanity with gifts to try and get on their good side and to be allowed to ask them questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're very vain, apparently.
Yes.
Or so I've been told.
Was there something specific you want to do, or you're just keeping track of whom has that?
I was wanting, make sure that we were all agree that we did actually have it and what the advice was for it. So.
Mhm.
All right.
As you continue on, the forest grows darker yet and becomes still once more as you hear less and less bug chatter and bird song, fewer animals running around. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss begin to notably drape the branches, and the air becomes even colder than it was outside of this forested area. Rounding one bend in the trail, you see what looks like a screen or a draping of warped branches standing very close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadows. There is one doorway that leads inside, and this is like a dome that extends up into the canopy area.
These branches like dead branches that have been fashioned, or are they like grown this way?
If you come closer and take a look at them, they look like they've grown in this way, and they are living, though they are branchless and leafless, as if many branches were just formed into this one dome-like structure.
Wow.
Can I make like a survival check to make sure there's no footprints or anything around?
Sure.
Just in case.
Yeah, sure, make a survival check.
23.
Wow. You do
17
sort of...
plus 6.
Wow. You do a cursory investigation of the area, looking for tracks, and you don't find any person's tracks, no boot prints, no footprints, and also no paw prints. No animals at all seem to be near this area.
That's not the most comforting thought.
And that means we're in the right spot.
Hey, Drake, can I do a vibe check?
Yeah, sure.
That's a blast from the past.
I wish I was proficient in that.
Proficiency and
Where's-
vibe.
Where's the
Vibe-
vibe council? Can we get them together?
Hey, listen, I actually have a vibe check. Though.
Yeah,
Finally,
paladins
I'm
paladins
vibe
have an actual vibe check
Oh,
ability.
Oh, that's
Right.
oh shit! You're not joking. Okay.
So, within 60 feet, do I detect any like undead or good or evil?
Is it a 60-foot radius?
60 foot,
Okay.
yeah, radius.
As you send this pulse out and focus on it, the return of it is very much undead. Somewhere in front of you within this dome.
Thava's gonna point ahead. She's like, I think we found our banshee.
It was easier to find than I thought it would be.
Do I get? Is there an evil ping though?
Yes. You are detecting evil undead.
Oof.
I mean, is it an assumption that banshees are all evil anyways, or?
I mean, one could come to the conclusion that they are dangerous, deranged specters of sorts, yes.
Okay, gotcha. I just don't know if I need to specify like, hey guys, by the way, they're evil. They're fucked up. But I think we kind of assumed that.
You've kind of covered that.
Judgmental, wow.
It's a bit judgmental.
Just because they're all murderous and evil.
The
Hey, they're
druid
all
said to the
evil.
paladin.
No.
How dare you judge someone, paladin? Who are you? Do you enter into this odd doorway?
I mean, we're gonna have to.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Sure, to like see.
Trust this doorway.
Sure. Are you trying to
so
see through it or see
cautious.
something off about it specifically?
I just want to see if there's like traps or
Yeah, okay.
something to alert the owner, perhaps.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
I rolled an 18.
An 18. It seems safe. It just seems like the doorway that would be on the front of a house. But the darkness within is a bit impenetrable from this side. There's some scant vines and some twigs and branches that seem to be growing out of the sides of it, reaching inward, but they just look like natural growth, not necessarily a trap specifically set.
Sure. Seems okay, guys.
Hmm.
Does Bolt smell anything?
Yeah.
Would I know anything about the area in particular, Jrain?
You only know that you were told not to come here, and if you had adventured here before, this is exactly what you would have seen even years ago. Just a doorway leading into a dome of branches. Bolt seems to just be looking around, sniffing at the air, and when Thava points out evil, undead, he just nods and goes, "Sure smells like it. Undead all have sort of this stench to them."
I guess Bud would, relate to the group that, Bolt, verifies what Thava sensed as well.
Well, doesn't he speak in common?
He can speak in common, yeah.
Oh, he does? Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. I thought it was only the...
He speaks
I thought
both.
he
He speaks Sylvan and
okay.
common.
Yeah, I thought he was cheeky in the sense of I only speak in the other language.
Sometimes.
And common rarely.
What would you like to do?
Somebody throw a stick in there. Or a rock.
Poke it with a stick.
Okay, Reyka finds a really long branch,
Okay.
puts it in the doorway. I'm suspicious of portals.
No- Fair. As you put the stick in the doorway, it just seems to enter a very shadowed space. You can't see where it goes into, and it just looks like an oddly impenetrable shadow in the doorway. But you don't feel anything from the stick. It just seems to go through. And if you pull it back, still a stick. Nothing has changed.
Okay. don't like this.
Okay, we're just going in to talk, right? We're not going to
Yes.
be throwing any fists or fireballs.
For once, remarkably, yes.
Okay. Then I will keep my hands behind my back.
Niah doesn't look convinced. You said the dwelling was how far away, Greg?
Yeah, you guys are like there. You're right at it.
And there's a door on the front.
There is an open doorway that leads into shadow into this dome-like structure.
Niah will step up to the entryway
Mhm.
and knock on the frame.
Oh, it's just wood. You just...
No, more okay.
It's just wood.
And then just call out, "Is there anyone here?"
You feel a chill wind sort of roll past you, the very slightest breeze. And you almost think that you hear... Enter.
That's not fucking creepy or anything.
Niah just kind of nods their head and kind of just says, "Yeah, perfect. We're here to speak with you," and steps in.
You all watch Niah just kind of vanish into shadow.
Shit.
Reyka will follow. Very slowly.
As you
Yeah,
all...
Thava.
one by one begin to filter in, you find that you're all in a home of sorts, which is sheltered within the dome, as if you've walked into someone's house. It looks like a house on the inside. It appears to be very sparsely furnished with chests, shelves, a table, a reclined couch, all of it looking very old and with a sort of fashion that lends itself to more of an elven elegancy. It is very cold here, but it doesn't seem that there is an occupant visible.
Is there like a sitting area?
There's just the one reclining couch.
Niah just calls out into the house. "May I have a seat?"
You hear no response. Who's the last one to enter the dome?
I'm not going last. I'll probably be second to last or something.
I could go last. Why not?
Okay. Synas, after you watch your party one by one vanish into this dome and you follow behind them, just as your form escapes the door frame, you hear a behind you in the shadow of the sound of a door shutting. And the air seems to grow even colder still. You can all begin to see your breath as you exhale. And powerful feelings of dread begin to grip each of you. As I change the music.
Oh,
Oh, that's great.
A cold, pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking on the form of a female elf, her hair and robes waving in a spectral wind. She might have been beautiful once, but currently a hateful, angry expression twists her features. Foolish mortals. What do you want here? Do you not know that it is death to seek me? And this apparition begins to slowly float closer, her limbs more elongated than they look like they should be.
Mm-hmm.
As before you,
Okay.
I will give you an image of this individual. As this individual begins to float towards you,
Da, da, da.
Shit.
Angie.
How
Quick,
far
who
away
has
are they
high
from me?
charisma begins simping.
That's me, so.
20 feet. 20 feet in closing.
Okay. As they appear, Niah would give a bow and simply say, "We've heard of you, and we wish to pay our respects to you," and offers the comb to them.
As you pull up the comb, you see she stops and just floats momentarily, staring at you. A gift for me. How kind of you, mortal. And as
A trinket
she
befitting your beauty.
For the luxurious and long hair that you have.
floats closer, that knobbly undead hand reaches out for the comb, and you feel as if your blood is solidifying in your outstretched hand. It is just deathly cold around this specter.
Am I able to not react to that?
You can.
And I can simply hold the comb out until they, just between thumb and forefinger, barely holding onto it until they take it.
And just two very long fingernails tink onto it and gently begin to pull it from your grasp
And I
as
release it.
she gazes upon it, almost fawning over this beautifully shiny object.
Tiny.
What do you think makes you worthy of an audience with me?
Truthfully, I hadn't thought that far ahead. We'd heard of you and wished to meet you.
What is your purpose here?
Many. Some personal errands, some long journeys of our own. But and of course, visiting you. We also seek a tome that I believe you would have some knowledge of.
Make a persuasion check
Okay.
with advantage because of the comb.
It didn't give me advantage, so... well, good thing you gave me advantage, because one of them was a 1. 24.
Nice.
She slowly takes the comb up and places it within her spectral floating hair, and she smiles. A tome. Interesting. I can see in your faces you all seek many things. I can answer any question. Knowledge of the world fills my mind. If it is a tome you seek, I can tell you its location. Or if there is... And she rotates her hands a few times, the clicking and cracking of spectral bones sounding. Something else you wish to know? I can beseech the ethereal.
Uh-oh.
Any question will do.
Rinn kind of shoots an eye at Synas a little bit. It's because that was our previous conversation.
Well, no, I'm conflicted on asking about the tome, but we also still need to find Echo Cave. And if she just knows the location.
Are you guys speaking in
There's
out of
also
character?
the vision that Rinn had as well.
I hope you
Yeah,
guys are talking out
I-
of character.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna say, out of character, we do know that supposedly Gundren left behind the map at Cragmaw Castle, or had it when he went to Cragmaw Castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the map might still be there, even though Venom Fang is also there.
You also know
So-
that he said it was a map of the cave, not how to get to the cave.
Oh, right. Okay, so he knows how to get there then, right?
He let on that
So-
he said he could lead you there himself, if need be.
Oh,
Yeah, so we don't
okay.
need to ask a question about that. This is more of like a temptation for other characters sort of deal.
Yeah.
Like
about that.
I have a bad feeling about what happens when you try to ask more than one question though.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel like this is
Most
one of
certainly.
those sort of deals, you know
Out
what I mean?
of character, what tome are we seeking?
The tome of a person named Bajangles? Bajangles? Look, I don't know how to pronounce it. I just want some chicken.
Love Bojangles.
you were
Oh my god, but not
you were
right now.
you were told you were told that you were
I'll
looking
get some
for a
chicken.
spell book
Chicken and biscuits.
from
Get
a
it.
wizard named Bogentle.
Bojangles.
I want
Oh my
Bojangles, please.
God damn it.
I'm hungry.
So
This stream's not sponsored.
Please no. No.
at those words and that promise, a conflicted expression crosses Niah's face, and it takes a moment. We're working her mouth a few times before she finally asks. We are seeking a tome written by a wizard, Bogentle.
I see. And you watch as shadows coalesce behind her head, and the Banshee's eyes close and reopen, and they are jet black. And she holds her hands out as if reaching for something in the air. And when she snaps back to, that which you seek lies within the grasp of the vaults of greenest. That is all I know.
The vaults of greenest?
What does that even mean?
How do you spell that?
G-R-E.
Two E's.
That's a second question.
I was gonna say.
Grenest. As in, it's the greenest tree around. Greenest.
Nice.
Could you imagine that did count as the second question?
It absolutely would if this was Speak with Dead.
Yeah, right.
Have like D&D movie moment.
Uh-huh.
So, God damn it. Now, once again, the hesitant expression returns to Niah's face. She addresses the Banshee. If I may ask you another question.
You see her eyes snap to you. What do you think makes you worthy of more than one question, little one?
And that is why I ask.
I said one. Do not push your luck.
Mhm.
Leave my home. Now. And you hear the door that was in the shadowy doorframe click and squeak open once more.
Reyka gives a small bow and looks at everybody and gestures to the door and starts
Yeah.
to walk for it.
Niah bows to the Banshee, turns and leaves.
And the second the last one of you looks away from her, if any of you glance back, she's just gone.
Mhm.
As if nothing was there. The cold persists, but the Banshee
remain.
and the... but we remain. The Banshee and the comb are gone.
Well, does anybody know what the fuck that means?
That
Doesn't
was easy.
matter. We were just told to ask the question and give the answer.
Dre, do any of us know?
Yeah. Niah just turns to Bud, just kind of stares. So about this Vault of Greenest.
I don't believe any of your characters are familiar with the southern part of the Sword Coast at all.
No.
Synas? Maybe?
No, I've not been very south in this region. If it were east, I might know, but I've never come across.
I don't think
Maybe
anywhere
west?
further north or further south than here.
I'd West. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think any of your characters have been anywhere near the area.
Just to bring the answer back to the what were they called? Harper. Bring the answer back to the Harper. They might know.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. That actually went better than I expected it would.
Because we
same.
followed instructions.
Would have figured.
That could have gone very badly.
Well,
So I guess we
Back to
return.
town, I suppose.
What else are we doing out here? Anything else?
Okay, yeah, that's true. Are there any other rumors or things out here?
The
the only other thing we were tasked with was to get rid of some orcs in another place, right?
there
or we just heard
was
whispers of it.
there was a job board posting in Fandalin that said it would provide a reward if the location known as the Wyvern Tor was cleared out of orcs,
Oh, where's that?
Monetary?
which
100 gold, it looks like it said.
The Wyvern Tor?
not getting into
To the
this
south.
I'm not getting into this argument.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure it was up in the mountains and
Oh god.
I'm pinging it right
It is
now.
in the
Yeah.
foothills to the south, near the base of the
Thinking
mountains.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Yeah, don't you-
afford the
don't you guys
guard
wanna-
fees that long.
yeah, don't you guys want to go in the direction where the white dragon went the last time we saw it flying around? Don't you guys wanna go over
That's
there?
where my vision was too. Sword Mountains, Big White Dragon.
I literally can't afford the guard fees for
Yes.
that long.
Yeah, now I need to get back to town.
So does Rinn. Rinn's also paying guards.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Rocky.
fuck. We need to
Yeah,
get back to town, lads.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
What time is it?
It's about noon.
Can we get back before the end of the day?
Not unless we book it, right?
Let me. I
Probably don't
always
want to do
forget.
that.
Travel by horse speed.
Well, I know we were able to
Normal
get to the
55.
Butterskull Ranch.
Because you were going
within a day.
riding real
Real
hard.
fast. I don't know if we need to push him that fucking hard at the end of the day. I feel like that's a little cruel to the
Sure.
horses to do that back to back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how realistic this game is, but that can kill horses.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, we need to get back to town ASAP
Kill the horses.
because I have a debt to pay.
you could get back after 8 hours of riding from this moment in time.
The birds that chirp in the background in this part of the forest are so strange sounding.
Oh my god,
It
fuck!
took me a second. Maybe they're hungry.
Ah, Bojangles.
So yes, if you mount up on your horses and begin riding right now, you could get back just a bit after sundown at around 8 p.m. Which
By not booking it,
by
too
just
intensely, right?
normal travel, yeah.
Okay.
If there's nothing else you guys would like to do,
I mean, I don't
That
think
I can think
so.
of.
I don't know if there's anything else Bud would know of in the area.
the only other thing you know of is that sort of half church, half fortress to the south of Coneyberry, but just a place you know of.
Well, have I been there before?
You've probably been past there. It's 5 miles to the south, 5-10 miles to the south of Coneyberry, so it would take a little bit of time to go down there and back.
Is it cool? What is...
When would we get back, Dre, if we left now?
If you left now, you'd get back at the end of the day. You wouldn't have to rest before getting into Fandalen or push the horses.
But what time is that?
Like 8 p.m.
Okay. I mean...
But if you
want to do like a couple-hour detour?
If you detour, you won't get back to Fandalen today.
Why not?
Unless you want to push the horses.
Well, I mean, we could get back at midnight. That's enough time for the detour. And still do a normal pace. 4 hours. Yeah?
Yeah.
Still a full rest as well.
Seems like
Unless
it
we
makes
get
sense.
into trouble that takes more than 4 hours.
That's true. So true, Synas.
Also,
You
why
tend
do
to
we want to
find
go to
trouble.
the forest temple just because it's cool? Is
Just, I don't know,
that
just,
sightseeing?
Dre made a point of that, that's all.
I just am providing you with... I'm telling you what's in the area. It's up to you if you want to do things.
A forest temple, huh?
Sightseeing while there's a dragon in the neighborhood? Seems like a good idea.
I mean, dragon can't be everywhere.
I know with
Or
dragons.
can it? Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
They
Actually,
move pretty quickly.
Speaking of, I do need someone to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, shitballs.
I'll do it.
Oh. I'd roll a 1, it'd be funny.
I'll do it. Let's see.
But just has a dodecahedron.
19,
19.
Which could mean anything.
That could mean anything. I just need to cross-reference one thing. But either way, what would you like to do? Do you want to sidetrack to this supposed fort church, or do you want to just head back to Fandalen?
Well, we don't truly have a reason to go.
And we have a Gundren who is veteran.
That's true. We
And
have
a running
dungeon.
tally.
We probably shouldn't.
The castle will still be there.
I suppose. Although, when are we gonna make it back to kick that dragon's ass? Exactly.
Yeah, might be quite a while until we're back in this area.
Are we close to that? I don't think we are. Are we? No.
No,
Cradwell Castle's on the way, y'all. Sorta.
Sorta.
Thava kind of just looks towards Rinn at mentioning the whole, like, dragon slaying thing at Cragmaw Castle. We could stop on by, potentially.
I mean, I've got a bone to pick.
It
I
would
Remember,
make-
did
partially
Cragmaw
blame that
have,
dragon.
we get to loot that place? I don't think we did.
No, and
No,
the
we
the
didn't.
map should be there, right? The one we
And
never
also-
got.
Yeah, and yes, that's what I was mentioning out of character. And also, if we remember, Venom Fang dumped his horde. Well, I don't know if we saw that. Might have been something that Dre was just mentioning. So maybe we don't know in character, but
That's right, he moved all his stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he did say he was moving, so we could insinuate that he probably moved his horde. And we did see his horde. There were some magic items in there. There was a big axe, among I'm assuming some other stuff.
Reyka's eyes perk up very bright, and I vote we say hello to our dragon friend.
How prepared do we feel to do this?
Absolutely not.
Niah says no, but I don't, count that for very much.
Wow.
And what makes you think you're a dragon slayer?
I don't know. It's a green dragon, and they're usually
Stop.
kind of.
It's just a wee baby dragon.
It's
Thava
just a
just-
wee baby
Thava
dragon.
just holds
I
up-
think if this is out of character, if I were to vote on like doing something before going back to Fandalen, it'd just be the little like chapel,
Yeah.
because there might be something there. Who knows? And it may not be as crazy as we're going to go encounter our dragon friend again, which might be better to like prep for at Fandalen and maybe go back to with all the stuff that's there.
Thava holds up the broken, or like kind of pulls out the broken Dragon Slayer sword that they found off the one orc's body.
Oh, what's that?
Like, didn't she show that? Wasn't this a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, she did show
It was last
everyone.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was what appeared to be a broken short sword that seemed to have a similar design to Jadet's longsword.
Oh, shit. Wait, is that his? Or do you think...
No,
it
it's
was-
not.
No, it's definitely not.
So,
It's just
another dragon.
The
slayer.
orc had a dragon slayer's weapon though.
I don't typically believe in signs, but we did stumble across this. Maybe the world is trying to tell us maybe we can, take on this venom thing.
Hey, Synas.
Yeah.
What have your cards been saying the whole time?
That's a good question. What have they still just been, when I've been doing like a reading every night or every morning, has it still just been dragon cards that I'm drawing?
I don't think so. I think it is still the most prevalent one, but there have actually been... You've had maybe the magician appear one time.
Well, it's not as long of a streak as normal. It seems like it's dying down, but
That just seems statistically improbable.
all I'm going to say is I've never been divined to a group that is more ready to jump from one problem to another. I'm abstaining from this vote.
The dragon has nothing to do with our mission here.
There could be money.
There's also untold riches by solving Gundren's problems and finding a way back to cavern.
If we open the cave, that is. Might not be the best idea.
We don't know enough to decide that either way, and regardless, there will be plenty of riches along the way.
Will there be, though? We know about this one. It's right here.
Yeah, and it's
Right
guarded.
there.
And it's guarded by a dragon.
And I'm
Now, a
going
young
to pick
dragon.
with that
A-
particular dragon.
A young dragon who's lost an eye.
Right?
Okay, out of character, I have no real concept of like dragon's power, but
Yeah. I gotta say, this is a lot smaller than any dragon I've ever seen.
Okay,
A lot
out
smaller.
of character question for the party real quick. Are you guys actually serious about this? Like, do you think our party actually can kill a dragon? Because I have zero
Yes.
concept of what
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
a level
there's-
a level
Listen,
4 party can handle.
Think
Or
about
just-
it. Like,
okay.
Dre presented this dragon way back ago to either
that
talk
means
out of or kill.
nothing.
So
That means
Okay,
nothing
okay,
because Dre would put challenges for us that would kill us if we try to fight.
Here's my honest opinion.
I love your
Honest
distrust in my want
Yeah,
to
right?
murder you.
opinion. Here is my honest opinion about Venom Fang. I feel like we could take him if it's just Venom Fang. If there are other monsters there, it might be a little iffy. But if we're going in with full resources and full health, I think
Yeah.
we could kill him.
Honestly,
Or at least drive him away.
if we had faced him with full health the last time, based on what we did to him, I mean, I'd be pretty confident. We had nothing.
He almost killed me in one hit. That's only because he rolled low.
We also hit
Just
level
saying.
4, which is a bump of power for a lot of people. Either
My-
ASIs or whatever. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
My player vote is no.
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 No,
My
no,
player
no.
vote is also no.
My player
Synas,
vote is
if,
yes.
If you guys want to go, Synas will come with. But look, the cards don't say I'm willing to die today.
Yeah, but listen.
I want to go to the church. That's it.
Bud wants to go to
Bud
church.
wants to go to church.
Oh my god.
Take me to church. All right.
God.
Yeah, but think about it. Think about it. If we kill Venom Fang, Synas can cook us up dragon. That'd be amazing.
I wonder if we
Have
can
you
make
ever-
some weapons from his bones.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
right. I need
giant
that
sword.
too. Think how cool that is. I want something cool. I want something like you can make like a scale like cape or something, or like a shawl or something. You get some cool stuff with his body.
I'm gonna burn that meat so bad. I've never cooked with dragon.
I doubt you're gonna burn it. Come on, let's be honest. Even if he's not,
It'd
like
be
a red
probably
dragon or
pretty
something. Yeah. Come on.
He's just a poisonous dragon, that's all.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's. Wait, what's the difference? Which one's the one that's dangerous to eat? Venomous or poisonous?
Poison.
Poisonous, right? Yeah, but he's venomous. I don't know if he's poisonous.
Oh no. No, green dragons are poisonous.
I can purify it, but
That's what the anti-venom's for.
and also the fact that I have a spell called Purify.
Mhm.
There you go.
But that's not important right now.
Anyways, okay, we should decide though. Like, what's the player votes? What's the official player votes?
Dragon.
Dragon.
I also say dragon.
I got
No.
Good three.
And Alan.
Yeah,
I think
and
we're
Alan.
split.
Bud, you are
Yeah, I
the
think
deciding factor if you're split or not.
Yeah, we're split.
Okay, you
Okay, if
are
we're split,
split.
if we're split, this is what I'll say about it. If it's split, I feel like the best idea is do the safe option, in my opinion, which is to go back to Fendelin.
Yeah, if anything, like the only thing that like I'd consider is going after we prep at Fendalin, but not immediately.
We could,
but
I mean,
still don't want
yeah.
to do that.
We could always, if you want to be safer about it, we could see how the Dragon Slayer's doing, talk to him a bit, maybe get some advice, and maybe we can convince him, hey man, you just got beat up, you're recovering. Do you want a warm up before you go after the big one? Do you want a little warm up here? Come on, let's kill the green guy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'd have
Fine.
to backtrack.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
saying in character Thava's particularly happy about missing out on this, but out of character, yeah, I get it. It's fair.
But we're still split. So what does that mean?
I was saying
You
that
gotta
if it's
deliberate.
split-
I gotta know what you want to do.
I
Well,
would say if it's split,
no,
go with the
that's-
safe option.
Agreed. Like if we're not
That's
all
fine.
sold on it.
Niah is just gonna say, like, I am here to assist Gundren in his search for the way of a cavern. This dragon holds no value to that journey.
Well, we all have different goals on our
But now we have to decide: do we want to go to Fandalin or do we want to go to the church place?
Oh,
Where was the
Ah.
church again?
It's 5-10 miles south of your current location.
Oh.
Yeah.
all right, bud. Sell us on this church. Why? Go.
I don't know. There may be stuff there.
Like
You
what?
know that it
Maybe some
is.
secrets.
You know that it is a shrine to a god named Savras, who is the god of divination and fate.
Divination.
But you've been told that the priest seers that used to be there foresaw the barbarian attack on Coneyberry, which gave them enough time to escape.
And with the vision that you had, maybe there's some. I don't know. Maybe you could get some answers.
I will be right back.
You do also know.
Okay.
You do also know the stories that you have heard is that it is no longer used. It was also attacked by the orc barbarian tribes that roamed through this area.
Like recently?
It would have been within the last 50 years.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily recently.
So
But-
people may have not gone back and left some stuff there.
Right. Okay, I'm down. Let's do it. I like stuff.
Sure, why not?
But not too long.
Yeah, as long as
We
we get
should get
back,
back
like around
At
midnight.
midnight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
After all, wouldn't Synas like it with all the divinizationing and the fate stuff?
Mine doesn't really come from church, but that's neither here nor there. A short trip.
Well, maybe you could learn from another tradition about fate and stuff.
I'll think about it.
He's not going to think about it.
As your group gathers up to head out, you take the horses and head out of town, heading southward. The ride seems fairly straightforward. You head towards the base of some of the rising hills to the south, where the terrain begins to become more uneven, as it tends towards hills rather than plains. On the approach towards this area, you do begin to see not flags, but collections of spears set in the ground, as if marking the way. Far ahead of you, a ruined,
Spears.
jagged-looking black metal spears.
Okay.
Far ahead of you, a ruin stands in the middle of a vast field, just north of some rocky foothills that lead towards the Sword Mountains. From this distance, a fair ways away, it looks like an old stone temple with a belfry jutting from its peaked roof, which is enclosed by stone walls. You see that these walls have been collapsed in many sections. You can see the trail ends at a crumbling gatehouse, the doors to which look fallen. You also can tell from this distance that the corners of that fortress wall have definitely collapsed. You see several humanoid figures in the distance milling about there. Easily 10, 15, 20, some of much larger persuasion than the others.
So it's full of orcs, is what I'm gathering.
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
What do I
definitely want to.
That's a 5.
I got a 23.
23. Bud, as you're staring real hard,
I see.
what do your bud eyes see? You can definitely confirm that these are orcs. There's easily 20 to 25 orcs and a group of 4 or 5 ogres roaming around this church.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It looks
Oh,
as if...
we haven't fought ogres before, right?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Ooh.
They stand roughly 10 to 12 feet tall, very massive humanoid creatures.
That's a lot.
Bud like scowls at the sight of more orcs. I don't think we can take on this many.
Just for your personal reference,
Yeah, I think we're back to Fandown seeing this.
Yeah.
just for your personal reference, I've dropped what an ogre do be looking like in the chat.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no. I was imagining this to be kind of like a stroll in, stroll out kind of thing.
I thought this would be a nice, like, I don't know, detour.
It seems like the orcs have spread further.
Just one ogre, or is it multiple?
There seems to be 4 or 5 ogres and about 25 orcs. 20 to 25
God,
orcs.
yeah, okay.
There's,
I thought,
it's
yeah.
quite the little fortress, it seems, for these individuals.
What are they protecting here is the question.
That's
Yeah.
what I was just thinking.
That's a good quest. Now, is this harder than a dragon?
25 of them? I think so.
The action economy would dictate probably.
Yeah.
I think I would have rather fought the dragon, personally.
The only thing that could help us here is if we could draw them away. But I don't know how to do that.
Maybe we can draw a dragon now.
Yeah. Maybe we should come back with some explosives, some long range explosives.
You don't know about long-range explosives. not really much of a thing that's portable in this age.
I mean, Rinn is basically
a long-range explosive. All wizards are
No,
long-range explosives.
I don't have fireball yet, so I am not.
Oh God! When you do, it's over. It's over.
Would you
There'll
say
be a
that
menace
it's?
of burning
Would you say
hands.
it's all ogre?
It's all over.
Oh.
When does Rinn level up enough to get an AC 130?
AC 130 above.
Eagle airstrike.
Anyway, that is what you
Where
see.
are my stratagems?
That is what you see from this distance. They don't appear to have noticed you. What would you like to do?
Where are they? Like in relation to the building?
They
Right?
are
all around it.
in and amongst, like, just they definitely own this area. There are some banners here and there that they seem to have set up. There's a lot of orcs just hanging out. The ogres look like you maybe catch with the 23. You can tell that they're like moving some rubble out of the way and stacking it up in the breaks of the walls.
Yeah, no, Thava may be brave and bloodthirsty, but this is suicide, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how many?
25
25.
orcs and 5 ogres.
Yeah.
Plus, is it? It's like 25 plus the 6 big ones, right?
20
Yeah,
20 to 25 orcs and 4 or 5 ogres.
That's right.
That's like
Okay.
a war party. Like, this is
Yeah,
no
that's
joke.
something we need to go tell people about, though.
Yeah.
Hey, we scouted. That's nice, I guess.
We're just
It's
adding
worth-
new locations to loot later.
Right?
Yeah, it's worth
Higher
noting.
level.
Filling out
for
the map.
sure.
Yeah,
Once I get that fireball,
Oh,
watch
we're-
out.
it's over.
That'll be our first player death.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Anyway. So would you like to return back on your way to Fandalin instead then?
Yes.
Okay. So, seeing the war party of orcs and ogres that occupy this area, you turn back, heading instead along the Tribor Trail to head back to your base of operations in Fandalin. You ride for the first hour, 2 hours, 3. Nothing seems to bother you guys throughout the trip. You can feel free to chat amongst yourselves, but the day feels rather clear. There doesn't seem to be anyone harrying you. There's no dragon flying in the sky overhead that you can tell.
Wow.
How's that thing? The idol. Who has that? Where did it go?
You had
Does
that.
I have that. Okay. I probably would have like wrapped it in something because I don't want to accidentally touch it like that eye thing from
Mhm.
Lord of the
I
Rings.
think we did do that.
Good. Okay.
Volunteer.
Do you want to pull it out?
Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of want to like fuck around with it, like
Okay.
What is
exactly
with you
the
people
way
and mind-altering devices?
Just let us have our fun, okay? Let's have our fun.
Rinn, as you're riding along on the horse, which is
Yeah.
at a normal pace, so you can actually do things and not get tossed off, you pull this onyx statuette out, this little owl-shaped statue. And as you remove the cloth from it, that rumbling storm is roiling within it once again.
Oh shit.
The same as when you touched it before.
Oh, I don't want to like. I don't want to directly touch it.
No,
with my
I'm
hands.
just saying what you see. As you unwrap it,
Okay.
not directly touching it,
Okay.
it looks
I was
the
gonna
same
say-
as when you touched it before.
Okay. So if I don't touch it with my hands and I'm just looking at it, nothing happens.
Yeah,
It's just
if you're holding it in your hand with the cloth in between your hand and the object, you seem fine.
Okay. I would like to wrap the reins around my arm really well
Okay.
and kind of like secure myself to the saddle, and then I want to just like very quickly poke it with the tip of finger.
Okay, real quick. Have you said anything to anyone about doing this, or are you just doing this?
I'm just doing this, yeah.
Okay.
As the second you touch it, you feel that electrical jolt run through your whole body again,
Oh shit, okay.
and you freeze up. And anyone who's looking at you can see that you are just full tensed, staring at this object once again. Once more, you are propelled out of your body, and your vision twists and turns and moves at breathtakingly fast speeds, straight over towards the mountains and down to that fortress once again, and the dragon is not there.
Oh.
Your view pans around as if the same sort of path of like a drone doing a circle pan around an area.
Okay.
You don't see the dragon. You see claw marks. You see evidence that a dragon has definitely been here, but the dragon is not currently here. And then, as quickly as it happened, you back into your body. And the storm within the object dies down once again.
Can I move? Or am I?
Yeah, you're fine.
paralyzed?
It's been about a minute, so you are not at all where you last remember you being.
Uh-huh.
You guys have moved a fair distance away.
Okay.
I feel like
But-
Bud would have like come alongside
Yeah.
Rinn, seeing like the horse just kind of like
Yeah, the horse
fall
like
behind.
is slowing down and is kind of veering off to the side as
Some
you
grass or
yeah,
something?
as you come up, Bud. The horse Rinn is just like frozen in space, looking at the statuette that she is just gently poking for about a minute, and right about as you come up, Rinn just kind of backs to normal, suddenly awake.
Bud is just like gently shaking Rinn, like still on his horse, like so he's kind of leaning over, maybe like shaking her leg or like shaking her shoulder or something, being like,
Rinn! Rinn, are you there?
Real quick, DM. Did I notice anything else about the location? Like, you mentioned that I zipped over there.
Mhm.
Could I, like, get a lay of the land or anything to kind of pinpoint
Everything
where this is?
everything around the area seemed blurred. The only
Okay.
thing that was in focus was the fortress and that space you had seen the dragon laying in before. But
Fortress.
you can't really tell any geographical relations beyond it's on a very tall mountain peak.
Okay.
But beyond that, you don't get any detail, really.
Okay. Okay.
What star metal hell are you doing touching that again?
I just wanted to see what would happen. The dragon's moved. He's
We
not there
already know
anymore.
what happened last time.
I didn't know exactly what that was, but something changed, which means it's probably like a view into a room somewhere.
Oh, well, goodness, you want to tell us next time?
I suppose that would be a good idea. But regardless, the dragon has moved, which is bad.
Oh.
it's out of character. It's the same white dragon that we've seen in the distance, that you know.
Yeah. What
Okay.
What Rinn described after the trance the first time was even more detail than any of you had been able to gather before, because thus far you've seen the dragon either at a distance or as it is breathing a
Iris.
wall of
Yeah.
ice at you. So you haven't really gotten the best look at it, but Rinn now has had the best possible look at it.
And I'm reasonably certain that this is definitely the same dragon.
You know it's a white dragon roughly of the same description and size as what you had nearly kill you in the woods that one time.
Okay. So as long as we know
It's a
there aren't
reasonable assumption that you could make.
two- Okay.
Did we identify the idol itself? Like,
Nope.
if it's okay,
No
can I,
detect
like,
magic
do
has been used
a-
on it. Nothing has been.
Can we do like a, or I guess I can do for the moment, religion check on that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a religion check. Why not? You could
Proficient.
glean some information from that.
No, I won't.
Okay. You do not have any idea what this object represents.
The 5.
Yeah, no. That's a.
Can I do a religion check?
If you would like, sure.
I do like.
Are you talking about the figurine?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
That's
That's really not going to cut it. Neither of you have any idea what this little object represents.
I want to try now.
I know.
The more individuals that do it, it will be at a higher DC.
Oh, that's fair. Well, I got
Well, you might as well. I mean, what's the downside? You're wrong.
Is there a cooldown
Is there a cooldown?
to do a religion check later?
Did we ever do it before, or were we just in
No.
such a
No,
rush
you were in a
and-
rush. You were in a burning
Yeah.
house. Like,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
if you'd like Thava, you can. It won't be easy.
I mean, she'll be curious
It's not
regardless.
so easy.
Is
It's
it-
not so easy.
Especially now that it's possessed or like temporarily taken over Rinn. Why not?
Sure.
I rolled a 12.
That's definitely not going to cut it.
Yeah. I
It
figured.
looks... On a 12, it does have, like, a totemic sort of look to it. It is not super intricately carved. It is the rough shape of an owl.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you can't really glean any information from it.
It just feels like some kind of totem, like
Yeah.
some kind of religious
Yep.
thing, but not. I don't know details.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do y'all know what this is?
Calling to the rest of the party.
Everyone riding on horseback.
Reyka
No one
and
noticed that
Niah
Rinn is just
and-
like paralyzed,
I don't know what it is.
falling behind.
The majority of your party looking at this object can't really identify anything about it. Religion-wise, at least.
Well, that's kind of all I wanted to do, is just fuck around with the thing.
Yep.
While we're on our way back to Fandalen.
Wonderful. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do on your guys' journey back? If not, we will go straight to Fandalen.
Fast travel.
Fast travel.
Oh, actually, since this should probably be brought up, since we've got a little bit of quote unquote downtime and we're looking at things. Did anyone decide to look closer at the armor?
What armor?
You retrieved
Remember-
armor off of the corpse that seemed magical in nature.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't wear that shit,
Oh, yeah.
so somebody else.
It was a scale mail armor set.
Oh,
It'd be very good
Reyka?
for either of our rangers.
bud.
Mhm.
Wear that?
Yeah, you want to wear the thing that a fucking
I mean, I already got
orc
scales,
was
but
wearing?
I mean, I already have a scale mail armor. Is it better than what I already have?
It could be. It is magical.
If it's magical, it is 100%.
I don't have.
it is.
Okay,
I, don't
I mean,
think do I have scale?
You have leather armor on, I think, if I remember right.
A studded
Studded leather, yes.
Excuse you.
That's right. You. Wow. Excuse me, princess. Yes, you exchanged your leather armor for studded leather in Fandalen.
Actually,
Actually.
So probably best if Bud uses it, right? Would it come
Yeah.
with a weight penalty? Is it medium armor or whatever?
It is medium
so,
armor.
Fine.
Yeah, so it only gives you a maximum of 2 bonus AC but for your dex, unlike light. And it also, with scale mail, gives you a disadvantage on stealth.
Yep. It is the heaviest of the medium armor options. Or one of the heaviest.
Well, I was gonna say half plate is
Half
a
plate's the
medium armor
heaviest, yeah.
option.
I keep forgetting half plate's medium.
Half plate is phenomenal, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can I still do acrobatic stuff?
It
Does-
would probably be a bit more difficult to do.
Is does all scale mail make it so that you can't do stealth very good?
Correct.
Okay.
Unless
Well,
it
that's
would
at
be
least,
mithril scale mail, in which case it wouldn't have that problem.
Ha.
Yeah, it's true.
Mithril armor always gets rid of the disadvantage and strength requirement.
Oh, and that's what we would have gotten too, wasn't it?
It was mithril
Yeah.
chainmail, which is heavy armor,
God
Yeah.
damn.
But that still would have been fucking nice.
which is the armor you saw Al put on before everyone departed.
What a shame.
He did that right in front of us because he knew we fucked it up.
Yeah.
So we don't know the stats of this.
You don't know
scale.
anything about it. You just know that it was weirdly untouched, even despite all the damage that had happened.
But it's magical, so we need to figure out what it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, somebody could just put it on. Just keep in mind that someone died in that.
Reyka, get naked.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow, excuse
Whoa, whoa,
me.
whoa.
Not on
And
horseback.
then clothe
Oh my.
yourself in this armor.
It's not like they're not wearing anything under their armor. You have to wear something under the armor.
Does
Yeah, I'll
that-
take it. If
Okay,
Bud doesn't
yeah.
want it, I'll take it.
I was gonna say, has Reyka gotten a magic item yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Well, then
so.
there you go. That feels right. That feels right to give it to Reyka.
Okay.
Besides, Bud's. I think we assume that Bud is kind of our. Bud or Niah are two really, really sneaky.
Yeah.
People, right? Yeah. So
I mean, it's
And
up
I'm
to
the
Bud,
only one
but-
actually sneaky. And then
Hey,
Bud just has
Bud.
natural
Bud does some
talent.
sneakiness.
Bud's just naturally good at things.
Well, yeah, because
Bud's
are you
talent.
proficient in stealth?
Me?
Yeah.
Kinda.
That's
a yes
that's
or no
a yes
question.
question.
Do you have a little dot next to stealth or not? Is the question.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, okay. I'm the only one actually proficient in stealth.
Yes.
How nice! Isn't that nice?
Okay.
For you.
So Reyka, you can add, a scale mail for now. I'll tell you what kind eventually if it gets identified.
Mysterious
I get it.
scale
It's cursed.
mail.
I can't believe that Niah is a fox stereotype by being sneaky and like deceptive and.
It's as if the
Like,
character
what's
was
going on?
designed off of a concept.
Wow.
Fucking foxes. Can't trust any of them.
Fucking
Wow.
foxes.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, if there's nothing else you guys would like to do, we're gonna go to break.
Okay, great
'Cause
idea.
I desperately need one right now.
Yeah.
And we will be back as you guys come to Fandalen.
All right.
5,
Awesome.
10 minutes, the usual. And we are back. All right. Your trip throughout the day is uneventful. Just other than the little interactions between each other. It is nightfall by the time you're entering Fandalen once again. It is just a bit past midnight. Just a bit past 8 p.m. My bad. The town is lit up with torches. And there is a news site in the town as well. Let's switch over to that map real quick.
Oh, it's that motherfucker. Oh, I forgot all about him. God damn it.
This is entirely.
So, if I could zoom out, come on, roll 20. In that upper rectangle you see there appears to be a very large contingent of individuals building some sort of structure. Entering into the town from the north, you see that the banners and flag colors of Neverwinter are draped on several poles that have been planted in the ground, as well as multiple buildings on your way into town. You head over to the stables to return the horses to Edivar, who once again takes them in. And you can see even on her large stable, there are 2 banners of Neverwinter draped along the front of it now.
What's that supposed to mean? Neverwinter? Flags?
Yeah.
Well, that means Sildar's reinforcements have arrived.
As you guys reconvene to the north, where would you like to go first?
Probably
Uh,
straight to the cleric, eh? Get that over with. Go talk to her. Get her thanks.
Mhm.
Get the burden of what we owe her off our shoulders.
As you head towards Stonehill Inn, a group of 3 individuals step out in front of your group on the main path. They are adorned in different levels of armor, mostly chainmail, and they hold up one gauntleted hand, and one of them says, "Stop! I gotta know your business coming into town here."
Is there Neverwinter soldiers, guys?
They appear to be wearing the insignias of Neverwinter, yes.
Well, we saved the town. Don't worry about it.
State your business in this town. It is now under the control of the Neverwintanian god.
We're adventurers returning from the job.
We're here working with Gundren.
Ah, the loud dwarf in the inn, yes. Right. Be on your way then. And they return to stand back at the edge of the trail, seeming to be a night watch, perhaps.
Oh yeah, what time are we getting back?
Oh, it's 8 p.m. It's dark.
Okay.
The town is illuminated only by torches at some intersections, and there are multiple guards seemingly patrolling around, which is a welcome sight compared to when you arrived in town.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's
honestly.
bandits patrolling around.
Maybe we didn't even need to pay those fuckers.
Yeah, probably not.
God damn it.
As you return to the inn,
Better safe than sorry.
Sister Gariel is relaxing by the large hearth on the main floor, speaking with Izithar at the moment. Toblin is cleaning off some tables. It seems there are a few individuals still sitting around drinking and talking. Toblin gives you a friendly wave as you guys return, and Gariel immediately stands up upon seeing you enter and begins heading towards you. Oh, adventurous, you're back. Wonderful. How did your trip go? Is the farm okay? What happened out there?
Is the farm okay? No. How did it go? It was okay. I mean, we saved them, and we got the information you wanted.
Oh, good. Good. Where is this? Where's this book? Where did she say it was? This banshee. You all look like you did
Well-
really well. I'm assuming the comb worked.
It did. Though her answer was a tad cryptic. Maybe you'll be able to know more than us. But she said, and what did she say?
The Vault of Greenest?
The Vault of Greenest?
Greenest. Don't think I've heard of that. Hey, Z.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Oh yeah, that guy. The strangely casual sounding. What is he again?
He's a
Dragonborn?
Dragonborn, yeah. An Amethyst
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Gotcha. Alright.
Have you heard of the town of Greenest?
No, but I can look at some maps. Probably do some cross-referencing. We'll figure it out.
Well, thank you all for helping me. I am endlessly appreciative of it, as are the Harpers. Your payment for that, right? And she reaches into her hip pouch and pulls out 2 potions of healing.
Damn.
Despite what happened with your friend, that is unrelated to this exchange. I did agree that I would pay you in. While I don't have gold to share around, I do have healing potions. They might be some of the last around here for a little while. It sounds like the windmill herbalist's place down to the south of Fandalen was attacked by the dragon today.
Which dragon?
The white
dragon?
one that attacked here, yes. He was spotted soaring down through the clouds and took the windmill out in one blast of ice. The herbalist is fine. She's come here for now. She'll keep working on her potion craft here, but more and more areas are becoming unsafe due to this beast. And she glances around at a couple of the other individuals drinking at the tavern, and you see one particularly surly-looking human sort of sneering in your guys' direction. The locals are a bit mad about the Dragon Slayer. You guys haven't seen him out there, have you? He hasn't come back today yet.
No. We did find a sword, though, but couldn't be his, could it?
No, he was fine when he left yesterday. And you hear a loud clunk as this individual slams their flagon against the table and goes, "That damn Dragon Slayer's done fuck all for this village. He should be driven out. I don't think he needs to be here. He did nothing but draw the dragon here and get one person killed. He's gonna get the rest of us fucking killed too.
But he left, so problem solved?
Well, he'd come back. He's been working here, saying he's working. And one of the other individuals grabs this man's shoulder and kind of just, shut the fuck up, man. And Gariel wrings her hands together a little. Suffice to say, he's not a fan favorite around here right now. The town is blaming him for the dragon attack, currently. But again, thank you. You've done me a great service. Figure out what that means probably tomorrow morning. Thank you. And she goes to take her place by the fire again next to the bard who she's speaking with.
Cool. What kind of health potions have you got? Greater? Regular?
Regular potions of healing.
Okay. How many? 2?
2.
2. All right then.
All right. What would you guys like to do? There are a few individuals. It is late in the evening. You guys have been traveling all day.
How's construction look on that guy's fucking shop?
You go out and have a look in the square.
I peek.
You peek.
I don't reveal
Okay.
my face.
Okay. As you peek at this building over here, it looks like it's coming along rather quickly. There's... It looks like the building has been... It was mostly assembled already, but the individuals that were with him seem to have patched up the building. And there is a sign already sitting atop the window, the large window that faces out the front, which says Ocean Petal Finery and Fancifuls. There is a light within the building, but nothing else that you can tell from the outside here.
Okay. All right.
Reyka and Synas, what are your guys' passive perceptions again?
16 here.
16 also.
Okay. As you guys begin to come in, relax, maybe some go to your rooms and doff your armor to not be in your daily workwear, as it were.
Is that like the antonym to dawn?
Correct.
Yeah.
It is dawn.
That
It
is
is
wonderful.
you don armor and then you doff it to take it off.
Oh my gosh.
Because you take doff and you put don.
Oh God.
It
No
is.
one ever
my
says that though.
It is. I know. That is the Old English. I'm pretty sure the Old English etymology for it.
Wow.
Yeah, doff. Middle English. To do off.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I was
It's okay.
amazed.
It's okay. As your guys are getting into your evening, Synas or Reyka, depending on who hangs out the most in the sort of main tavern area, it becomes readily apparent that there is one individual sitting at the corner of the bar who has been eyeing your party inquisitively.
Well, probably not me, because my plan was Synas was going to head out into the town. But
Reyka, you and your special eyes notice somebody noticing us.
What do I do about somebody noticing us, though?
They appear to be
You kill them.
They appear
Logically, yes.
They appear to
I
be
have
a
agree with that.
cat-like individual, a feline of sorts.
Okay.
They don't seem to be approaching just yet. They're just staring you all down very, very pointedly. They appear to be wearing a traveler's cloak that obscures the majority of the rest of their form.
How appropriate.
I know, right? Reyka glances over awkwardly, but doesn't really want to engage.
Such an introvert.
Listen, I was raised in the woods.
I was raised in the woods over here.
You said there's a mysterious person
There's
looking at me.
an individual wearing a large traveler's cloak that obscures most of their form, their head being the only thing showing. They appear to be a cat of sorts, just staring pointedly at your party.
Okay, whenever I get sus, I have to do a vibe check.
Ooh.
Vibe
Another
check.
vibe check. Let's see.
As you send out this pulse, you do not get anything except for the ones that you expect, being your friends.
Okay, that's good. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Thava's just kind of like glancing over there, like staring. If they're staring over at us, like,
Yeah.
she does not fucking care. She'll stare right back.
Daggers.
Yeah.
And as several of you stare back, the individual takes one last swig from their drink, sets it back on the bar, as well as a couple silver pieces, and stands up and strides towards you. This individual stands at about 6 feet tall. And as they approach, you can see that they are very similar to like a Bengal tiger, with black stripes breaking up the oranges and tans of the fur that you can see. They brush back their cloak a little bit, revealing sort of leather armor. There is one prominent gold coin which pins the cloak to the armor, with a depiction of a face on it. You're not sure what at first glance. Pardon my staring. Which one of you goes by Anastasia? Or is it Rinn, perhaps? I have been told she is called here. I carry a message for this one.
Oh.
And
Rinn's like hiding behind Thava.
Bud just
A
points.
little bit.
You just point right at Rinn.
She's right there.
Ah, good. And you see him like reach down to his hip and open a bag up, and out between two clawed fingers he holds a wax sealed letter, which he offers out.
How fancy does it look?
Pretty officially fancy.
Fuck.
This was given to me to transmit to Anastasia, or Rinn, I was told to ask.
She hands it to Thava. Thava, please do a vibe check on this.
What's your name?
Wait, what?
Please do a vibe check on this letter.
I don't. Out of character, I don't think that's how it works.
That's
And
not
also,
how that
is
works
she
at all.
Saying that
It's
in
a piece of
character
paper.
vibe check.
Vibe check! That is not how the feature works now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I thought it was like what are you doing? Like detect magic or something?
It's not detect magic. It's like detecting if something celestial, fiend, undead, etc., and then good or evil.
Yeah, whether it's natural or not.
It's
It's
a divine sense, basically.
It basically tells me if something could be very bad or not, potentially. Basically, I guess.
But usually
right?
applies to creatures.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
But-
work on letters.
Doesn't work on letters.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I open it.
As you pick the wax seal off, which it is beautifully done, and the paper is perfectly folded and has a almost incense smell, like lightly smoldery, sort of sweet smell to the paper itself.
Yeah, good for them.
The letter itself has a embossed dragon's face at the top of it. As you read over it, it is written with an immaculate penmanship. It reads, "This is an open invitation to one whom, at a gala event held in my home in the grand city of Neverwinter, went under the alibi of Lady Anastasia. Should you find yourself in Neverwinter once more, as it has been noted that you have left the city proper, please come visit me once more, as I would wish to have a conversation with you.
Oh,
Gentlest
yeah.
regards, Lord Ignis Embersor of the Economic Main Council of Neverwinter."
What have you done?
Do I hear the contents of this letter, or
Not unless she's reading it out loud.
I was not reading that out loud. But I will cue Bud in on it. I'm gonna like hand it over and just kind of face palm.
Yeah, Bud like skims over and he's like,
Oh wow, I remember that guy.
Yeah, he was terrifying.
I mean, this is awfully polite.
That's what scares me the most, honestly.
Is there any message you would wish for me to transit in return? The tabaxi sort of hunches down in a bit of a bow, with one hand resting on the coin on his chest.
No, I don't think so.
When does he expect us or want us to visit?
That is not of my purview. I do not know the contents of this letter. I am only a messenger.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess out of character, I guess he wouldn't really know much of anything.
I'm gonna go with never.
Do you say that aloud?
Under my breath. Maybe not within ear distance of the cat. Then again, it is a cat, so it probably heard it. He doesn't seem to give that much.
But
You
he's a
do
messenger,
see you
so-
do see his ears twitch a little bit.
God damn it.
But Bud, like, takes the letter and he's like, will, thank you for delivering this letter. And, like, we'll consider the invitation and do what we can.
Wonderful. Given the urgency with which I was handed this, I assume it is important. I will be heading out of...
Urgency?
Yes.
What could possibly be urgent?
I am unsure. I was given this letter, and as I am one of the fastest letter carriers in the Sword Coast, I was told to transmit it here.
It's so vague, though. What could he...
Should you need anything sent anywhere, I guarantee I can get a message wherever you wish. I will be in town for a couple more days, just in case my services are needed. But that is all I have for you. Good evening.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah.
And he bows his head and walks past your group, his feet barely making any sound on the wooded floor as he exits the tavern of out the front door.
Well, that was creepy.
I don't know, it less creepy, more just like really unexpected.
Yeah, I was really hoping that experience would be the kind that you forget about and never have to deal with again.
Dre, what was my name again in the session?
You were
Forgot.
introduced as...
The Baron of Windenheim.
There it is.
But what about the Baron of Windenheim? How come I didn't get a letter?
I don't know, Bud. Maybe your dance moves just weren't good as you thought.
I know. I was really doing a good job on the dance floor. I was doing backflips, don't you remember?
Oh, I remember. You were fantastic. I agree.
So,
I
at
think
your
you should have gotten a letter.
at your little exclamation there, Niah kind of leans forward. And, the Baron, you say? I didn't realize you were among this honored company.
Yes, you can bow if you want. Yeah, that was our whole escapade into the palace we talked about before.
And you impersonated royalty.
God, we didn't impersonate anybody. That
Kind of.
is real.
True!
But you claim to a station beyond your own. Oh no.
It was victimless. Absolutely victimless.
Is there anything anyone would like to specifically do before you guys turn in for the evening?
Nah.
Is Dragon Slayer man around?
He
No, he's missing.
is not returned yet, as of today. And
I thought he was
the town
covering.
is very upset about him.
Like
Bless
they're
you.
upset about him. Oh, it's because he probably failed to kill him. They killed the dragon. The dragon came by and
Well,
fucked him up.
Actually, Dre, remind me, did he actually draw the dragon back to them, or...
Not that you know of.
Okay.
But the town is blaming him for going to go deal with the dragon, coming back, and then that dragon coming and attacking the town. So he's not the fan favorite right now. But the evening is
Yeah.
yours. Otherwise, we can go to a long rest in the next day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
And
let's do it.
actually, I'm looking to find, since there's Neverwinter Guard around,
Mhm.
Synas would probably try to find someone a little bit higher ranking to report that there are orcs and ogres in the area.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Sure.
What time is it? Isn't it like evening, like late
It's
evening?
like 8 p.m. going toward 9 p.m.
Okay, well I'm not gonna deal with
Yeah,
that
Reyka's
tonight
time.
personally. Kind of late.
Some of you are
Yeah,
party retiring. Synas, do you go off to find a guard somewhere in town?
Yeah, there's somebody slightly higher ranking.
It's pretty easy to run into a guard. And they point you towards the construction being done on the northernmost hill, north of the Ettermath Orchard. You can go talk to our boss. He's stationed up in there. And meandering that way, you discover what looks to be the rapid construction of a barracks/guard post. Not even near finished yet, but given they've probably only been here for a day, it's pretty impressive what they've already managed to put up.
They move quickly.
There are tents scattered about, and you are gestured towards one of the larger tents. As you are admitted in, several individuals look towards you, one of which being Sildar, who is currently speaking with a male high elf who's fairly tall with tight-cut blonde hair that forms toward a point in the front with close-shaven sides. His bright blue eyes regard you. He has that natural elf beauty that makes it impossible to know how old he is, but he seems youngish. He appears to be wearing half-plate with folds and raiments that indicate perhaps a higher rank, the colors of which all being the blues and whites of Neverwinter. And Sildar says, good. Oh, good, you've returned. Wonderful. I was just filling in, guard Captain Glenfarren here on what we've accomplished so far, what you've accomplished so far. And the elf puts one hand sort of gently on a map of the town. I have heard that you are the ones, or you and your group are the ones who have done great things for this town so far.
We've helped out here and there. I don't know about great, but
Cleared out some bandits, as I have heard.
things do seem to be shaping up, yeah.
Well, my troops and I are here to be the guard for this town for the foreseeable future. How can we be of assistance to you, sir?
Well, if you're looking for more excitement, my group and I were actually just to the northeast, near Coneyberry, and you may want to know that you have a bit of an orc and ogre problem that could potentially find its way over to you at some point.
He squints a little bit and pulls over another map, tracing a finger along the trail. I see. I will take that into account.
Synas would help point out the more general location of where that church was.
And you've got numbers too, don't forget.
Yeah.
Right. Not something that I will be sending men to deal with, but good to know that that is in the area if it becomes a problem. Wonderful.
Yeah, keep your eyes to the east, just in case.
I will add a few extra men to the watches over in that direction. Very valuable information, sir. Is there anything else? I was planning
None
out
of
the
import.
enforcing of this small town here with the new town master, as he gestures to Sildar.
Oh.
Oh.
Mr. Holwinter will be acting as the town's master going forward, as long as Daggart Never Ember sees it so.
What'll happen to the old town master, out of curiosity?
He has already been expedited. His rank will be stripped from him. He will likely be more of an accountant. Mismanaging an entire town of people is not something that Lord Never Ember takes kindly to.
Right. Well, I wasn't expecting that quick of a turnaround. All right. You all worked very quickly.
Sildar interjects. But I did send some letters immediately. I sent them to the lords at Waterdeep, the one lord who resides in Yartar to the east, as well as back to Lord Daggart Never Ember's behest, and he was the first one to respond. Being that he is one of the closer ones, I am not surprised by this. I wasn't expecting 30, 40 men, which will be interesting going forward. Please, feel free to use their services as well. They've brought a mage with them, which will be very useful. Hopefully not like the last one. And he taps the side of his nose with a grin.
Has there been any word or rumor about him in the time we've been traveling around, by chance?
Unfortunately, no. He seems to have fully evaded. I did ask these individuals if they saw anyone by his description on the way here, but alas, no such luck. It seems my old friend has very much vanished. Not hard to do out here in this frontier sort of space, but hopefully he comes up again.
The way we seem to keep finding trouble, I'm sure we'll find him at one point or another.
I hope you do, and I hope you give him your mind and mine.
Oh, well, with that, Synas would probably wish them good night and probably start heading back to the inn now that he's reported everything.
They bid you good night before going back to their discussion. Anything else anyone would like to do tonight?
Nah.
Reyka just
Sleep
wants
in
to
a
go to sleep.
bed.
All right. You all... Oh!
Wait.
Huh?
Never mind.
Okay, nice. You all get some food in you. A meal costing 2 silver a person.
Outrageous.
Comfortable living. And you retire to your rooms for the evening. During the night.
Oh!
Huh? Hmm?
we should probably go find those guys we need to pay before another day ticks around, you know?
Yeah, you have fun with that.
What do you mean?
You have fun with that.
You might
Well,
surmise, given how late it
Hydra.
is, most people have retired back to their homes for the evening.
No. So you think they'd
Would
probably
you just
not
go
even
knock
know?
on their door? Be like,
Hey!
hey, wake up! I don't need your services tomorrow, okay?
Is it too late for Rinn to retcon that she was doing this earlier when they got back?
Well,
After
I mean,
8 p.m., it's already basically the day's over for most people.
okay.
Though-
Okay, never mind. We're good.
As you do come
Everyone
up the
go to
stairs, you do see the adventurers that Niah had hired are sitting on chairs flanking the door to Gundren's room.
Oh, that's nice.
The dwarves, however, are nowhere in sight currently.
Oh. Those fuckers. Could I approach the adventurers and ask them, have you been trading shift with a pair of mining dwarves while we've been gone?
They glance at each other, the human going, "Oh, yeah. They were doing watch during the day, we're doing night watch."
Oh. So I should only pay them half the price.
Oh my god.
And he just shrugs his shoulders.
Alright. Good to know.
Are you all back in town? Are we done with our duty as well?
Yes. Come tomorrow. Your services will be no longer needed. Especially with all the guards around lately.
Did notice that, yeah. Seems a bit redundant, I guess. And the half-orc sitting on the other side of the door goes, "Shut up! Don't... They're technically our employers. Calm down." We keep him nice and safe. It's alright. Don't worry about it. We got this.
Alright. To bed I go.
You all retire for the evening. A wonderful night's rest finds you. The morning comes with the grayish light of overcast, yet another overcast day, with a gentle snowfall occurring outside rather than the normal rain. And Synas, your daily druid craft does reveal, yes, it is supposed to snow today.
Oh boy.
As out of season as that is, being fantasy August. Outside, the town is fairly abustle, especially from the northern end. Several individuals from town seem to be also helping out in the construction of this guard barracks. Niah, you are approached immediately the next morning, like the second you come out of your room and come downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
By the adventurers. I heard you guys are good, and given that there's a guard regiment here, I don't think our services are needed, so, we good? We square?
This is one matter to attend to, your pay. Dre, remind me how many days it was and what the rate was?
2 days, and they said 12 gold a day.
Alright, I divvy out 24 gold for them.
And they take it with a nod and a grin, and head back to their table to have a chat. Rinn, you do see the dwarves as well, sitting in the main area, looking around, waiting, obviously waiting for you, it seems. Just having their morning ales. As you come clip-clopping in, similarly, though probably much later than, or at a different time than Niah. Even though you both sleep in.
You have to say, Niah's probably not going to be there early.
Yeah. Pembroke, the first of the dwarves that you had spoken to, pipes up and goes, "Oh, there she is. Aye, lass. Her payment. Day's done, guards are here. No need for more defense, I'm sure."
Nope, we should be good. Seems the place is fairly defensible these days. What's this I hear about you trading shift with another group of adventurers? I hired you for the time, and you were only there for half of it?
Well, we went out and patrolled.
There we go.
We were looking around, making sure no untowardly individuals were coming into town.
He looks them up and down, gets a little bit closer, and kind of does like a little sniffing motion at them. Can I do an insight check, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
You should have just brought Thava along for this.
I know. Where is she when I need her?
Oh, insight 7.
Not great. 7.
Okay. It's hard to tell. He's kind of not telling the truth, you know that much, but you're not sure to what extent.
Can I do a perception check to see if he smells? Wait, they're drinking right now?
Currently, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
As many individuals in this world do in the morning.
In the morning? Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's one of the only clean sources of water, technically. That also has fun side properties.
God, where's
Hydration.
Thava when I need her?
Asleep, probably.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, she is.
I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna say, I hired you to keep watch on my friend. I can't see it as fair that you didn't spend that time keeping watch.
I kept watch around the area. I feel that watching the town is just as important as watching the man. We were keeping an eye on the inn, obviously.
See, because your job was to watch the man, not the inn.
Well, the man's in the inn, is he not? Therefore,
in.
one would
Getting
argue...
philosophical really quick.
He's in the inn, all right.
One could argue that if we paid attention to what's the goings-on in the inn, we'd pay attention to what could be going on to him, and he's on the second floor. It's unlikely anyone's gonna go up out the window.
And what are the odds that you were asleep soundly in your own bed?
He waits for a few moments. None.
Insight check, motherfucker.
Sure. Give him another insight check.
11?
Okay. The other dwarf just kind of slaps him on the arm and goes, "Oh, come on, quit trying to filter. What about if you just gave us 10 gold, we call it even." We did watch him for like half the time. My brother's a bit of an impulsive liar.
Wow! Way to give up your brother.
And Pembroke's just like red-faced immediately. Just unable to form words, and this other dwarf looks sleepy,
At two.
tired. At two. He just looks generally annoyed.
Rinn just looks down at them and just goes, And she hands them the 10 gold.
Right. And they start kind of bickering loudly in Dwarvish at each other as they go back to sit down. But beyond that, the day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
There is that general store, right? Presumably we can kind of sell some spoils and stuff from our little adventure so far.
Yep, if you'd like to, you can do so.
So,
Tag along with Thava.
so out of character, does anyone have any use for like 100 gold diamonds? I don't remember.
Not the diamonds, but I can use the gold.
Okay, because my thing is, Thava's been holding on to 3 diamonds, each are worth 100 gold. She does have the elven statue wrapped in red cloth, which also we estimate to be around 100 gold. And what else does she have? She has a piece of malachite that's only worth 10 gold. That's like whatever, but if we still want to sell it, we can sell it. But that's all she has for spoils. If there's anyone else that wants to sell their stuff, they could come with or give it to her and trust that she can distribute it appropriately, unless you just really don't trust Thava and think she'd pocket most of it.
I trust Thava.
I don't think I individually grabbed anything. I think everyone was just kind of picked up by the group, unless we're talking about the idol.
Which is all Stormy once again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm just looking to turn one of those 100 gold diamonds into a 100 gold pearl.
Well,
For no reason.
No reason specifically. No. Okay, so Thava and Bud and whoever else would tag along could go to the general store first thing this morning.
I'll come with. Why not?
Why not? And as you come in, you see not the old man Barthen there, but Thistle is manning the store currently. And she gives you all a friendly wave with a big grin and just goes, "Hey guys, welcome. How's it going? Busy around here, huh?" Ooh-wee. Guards showing up out of nowhere seems kind of a big deal.
Things move fast around here, what can I say?
What can I do for you? Selling some stuff?
Yeah, Thava comes up to the counter and places the 3 diamonds, the elven statue, and the malachite down on the countertop.
Okay, gems and shiny things. Nifty. Yeah, we could buy some of this off of you. Yeah. She kind of looks over each and every piece that you've put on the table there and goes, as the DM goes and does math real quick.
I have the values if you want them.
I do
Of course,
need
in
them.
Okay.
Thava kept the receipts.
Thava kept the
So
receipts.
you can either. So in D&D Beyond, I do have the values. It should be 3 diamonds each are at 100, so that's 300 GP. The Elven statue wrapped in red cloth, which is apparently 100 GP, so that should be 400 GP. And then the Malachite, which is 10, so 410 GP in total.
She.
Malachite.
What'd you say, bud?
It's malachite.
Malachite.
I was
Uh,
trying not to say.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm I don't know, low in score IRL, I guess.
She looks over everything and goes, I think I can probably give you guys 350 for this all.
Can I do an insight or something, whether that seems like a fair
Sure. Yeah.
deal or
Insight it up if you like.
why not? 12.
12. You get the sense that while these items are probably worth that much, for a store to turn a profit on them, they probably have to buy them a little lower and sell them a little higher.
So it's reason to say it's probably not a bad price, but I could potentially ask for more.
Maybe. It's about 19 or 20% lower than the total haul would be if you got 1-to-1 exchanges for them.
I don't know. I'm not trying to make these people go out of business. These are decent folk. Yeah, whatever. I don't think Thava cares unless anyone else feels a certain type of way about it that's here with us.
I'm mostly just here to make sure you don't get ripped off, but no, that sounds fine to me.
I mean, does Synas want to do a separate insight check to see whether or not that seems fair?
I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not?
Sure, why not? Roll the dice.
10.
Similar vibe. Seems
Yeah.
logical that a shop would have to buy slightly lower than you think it's worth.
Yeah, that's... I don't care. I think Thava's just... As long as she doesn't feel like she's being ripped off, I think she's okay with it. She's that seems honest and fair.
The half-elf woman picks up a bag of coins from behind the counter and counts out 350 gold for you guys. And pushes it across the table at you with a grin.
Oh, there it is. Taking care of it. Never mind.
Haha.
Accountant
He got
mode.
it, He got it. Actually, while we're still here, Thava will kind of lean forward under the counter and ask, "Do you happen to know anything about the magic items?"
No, not me. No, that's not our thing. Unless there's a mage around, that's probably your next closest bet.
Fair enough. And she kind of just like leans back and takes the gold.
Pleasure doing business. Thanks for coming to Barthen's.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I do have further business. Does it look like Barthen would actually sell, like, a pearl?
Looking
of this
around,
year?
gems don't seem to be Barthen's thing.
Oh, that's probably the finery, and I'm gonna have to deal with Mr. Ocean Petal, and that
Yeah.
feels
Also, as she like, you know, moves to exit, she actually stops next to Synas and hands him his like fair share of that loot or whatever. So like, yeah, 58 gold and some change.
Well, thank you.
So do you want to head over to the recently set up Ocean Petals Finery?
Hey, there's actually a mage in town.
There is
There's
that.
that too. Yeah, we
yeah.
haven't met him.
We can probably go hunt him down.
Are
I'm
we
sure
good? Sorry, go ahead, Synas.
I'm sure there's a pearl somewhere. in town.
What were you gonna say, bud?
Are we good on potions, or did we exhaust most of them?
So I've got one in my bag still, and there's 2 that Sister Gariel just gave us that haven't been assigned yet.
Oh. Okay.
If
Did they
anybody
sell
wants
potions? Dre,
Barthens does not sell potions, but
what do they got?
it's just the basic equipment in the player's handbook, basically. Anything that's worth 25 gold or less. So basic tools, things like that, excluding armor or weapons.
Okay. What are some examples of basic tools?
Things like ammunition, crossbow bolts, abacuses, bedrolls, blankets. It's a general store. They've kind of got just everything that you could think of. Hammers, hunting traps, lamps, mirrors.
Okay, doesn't sound like I need anything here. So I think I'm good.
Synas, I'm assuming you head off towards the guard tents again.
Yeah, to try and help Thava find the mage. I'm assuming this is for identifying the scale mail or something.
We could do that, and also I kind of want somebody to like take a look at the sword, or the broken sword that we got.
Okay. After asking a couple of questions of the guards there, everyone seems to have heard of you guys or been told about you at this point. Bit of a local name, just in this town here. They direct you to one tent that looks completely different from all the others in that it is made of like a purple cloth with sort of white and gold trims to it. It looks very fancy. As you come in, a stooped individual looking over a table, a human with a well-trimmed beard, hazel eyes, sort of rounder, gentle features, his shoulders kind of naturally hunched, looks up at you and goes, oh, hello, welcome. I'm Runus Magistar. Good to meet you. You guys are the adventurers, right? Hi.
Thava just looks towards this guy and just kind of like audibly sighs, seeing this guy like stammering and like acting like, oh fuck, here we go.
And you can see that he's wearing a sort of bluish robe with some white inlay stitched across the wrists and the hood, but overall it's a very plainish look for a mage of some kind. And he stands up, still kind of having, his posture's not great overall. He looks like he's stooped over books permanently at all times. Walks up and immediately goes to shake both of your guys' hands, you both standing quite a lot taller than him, as he's only about 5'4", 5'5".
Oh,
and
there's
even
poor little boy.
even less with the stooping, so he's like 5'2". And he just looks up at both of you guys and goes, I'm, like I said, researcher Runus Magistar. I came here from Kendall Keep. I'm currently lending assistance to Lord Neverember as an emissary of the Keep. And given that there were rumors stirring in the area of magic and dragon appearances, I had to come and lend my aid where I can. What do you guys need? This is cool. This is really exciting.
Am I there?
I don't know. Are you? Did you follow Thava
Yeah,
and
did you follow up?
Synas?
I feel like I would have.
Yeah,
I don't
you
got,
come
I don't
hang
got
out.
anything to do.
Oh,
I
boy.
feel like when Thava's side, Bud doesn't notice. Like he doesn't care about the stare. He's just like,
Nice to meet ya. Bud.
Oh, you're very hi, forthcoming. Hi, loud. Hi, hello, welcome. What
We're not
can?
the same height too. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he like looks down a little self-consciously before clapping his hands together again. What can I do for you guys? Do you need magical services of any kind? Research books? What's up?
So we have. I'm assuming we were. Since we're thinking of doing this, did somebody hand off the presumably magical scale mail to Thava or whoever?
Oh, that was. I thought that was given to me.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like we were gonna. So I'm trying to think how to say this. Thava was going to go and sell stuff today for the party, and presumably also ask about anything that needs to be identified or whatever, because we don't really have a means of doing that.
Oh, I see.
So if you wanted to, you could have lended it to her just so she'd be, hey, what is this? Is it magical? And if it is magical, what kind of magic is it? Because she has stuff she wants to have looked at too. So, would you have done that, or would Reyka have wanted to hold on to it?
Well, if you can get it identified, she'd be happy to let you take it.
Alright. So, I guess if that's the case, Thava will pull out the scale mail and kind of like unceremoniously shove it into the wizard's arms and be like, I need to know if this is magical.
Oh,
If it is, I want to know exactly what it's enchanted with.
Oh, yeah, okay, identification, cool, yeah. And he drops it on the table. Okay, give me just like 10 minutes or so here. I can do that. Yeah.
You have to forgive her. She's not much of a morning person.
No, it's fine. I get it. I get that a lot. Yeah,
She just
okay.
looks to Synas after that and just blinks her eyes.
He's smirking.
And he...
Morning people, am I right?
The wizard pulls out this pearl and focuses on it for about 10 minutes over this armor, muttering a few things here and there, casting what looks like very slow, laborious, ritualistic casting. And after 10 minutes, his eyes kind of pop back open and he goes, okay. Oh, I'm supposed to ask for payment before. Shoot. Idiot. Oh, idiot. And he like taps his fingers together a little bit as he stashes the pearl again and goes, I'm supposed to charge you guys like 10 gold for identifying items each. Is that okay?
Here you go.
Oh.
Bud hands him like 10 gold.
Oh, thanks, pal.
You're welcome.
Okay. This is, and he tries to be more official, straightens his back a little bit and holds it up and goes, this is scale mail that resists cold. It seems like it would keep you pretty safe from ice and stuff, which probably a good idea given I've heard there's a white dragon around here. That's scary. Okay.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
That's actually really nice.
So, when all's said and done, you can add a scale mail of cold resist to your inventory, Reyka.
Yay!
Does that count as a +1 or no?
No, it is just cold resistant.
That's still nice, though. That's still really nice.
Is there anything else you need me to look at?
What about the idol? Out of character.
Oh, that's right. The ad. I mean, would Rinn?
I thought
want to
she
give that?
handed that to us to also. Maybe not.
Wasn't, but in hindsight, she would have.
She would have.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to say that you did or no?
Yeah.
You're saying you still have. Okay, sure.
Okay, I feel like due to the last event, maybe Bud would have it on his person, like wrapped in
That's
some
fair.
cloth or something.
That's
It was
fair.
still wrapped when Rinn had it before. She just purposefully touched it.
Yeah, it's like, and at that point he was like,
I'll hold on to this for now.
So he kind of explains what this object is still hidden in the cloth and is saying like, don't touch it or it'll like, give you an out of body experience and like a vision of this like other place in the world, and hands it over
Cool.
carefully.
Not looking to have that experience right now. Maybe later, Sorry, bad joke.
Who is this?
okay.
Who's doing this? Is that Thistle?
No, this is the wizard.
Oh,
that they're talking to.
Gotcha. That's right.
I'll ask before this time. 10 gold, please, to identify this magic. And he folds his hands on the table with just a practiced smile.
Okay.
Hands it over.
10 gold out of your inventory, and another 10 minutes go by, and he stops and looks over this idol and goes, "This is an object which is enchanted to specifically scry on one location, apparently. Seems to be the effect of it. So
Oh, you know that. But what is it?
that's it. I mean, you can enchant almost anything to do anything if you know how to do it. So whatever this is, it is something that scries to a place. That's what it's for. That's
You know what kind of idol it is?
I have no idea. It's a bird of some kind. I'm not a religious sort. It looks like it could be anything. Like I said, as long as it's conductive to arcane power, you can enchant just about everything.
Why don't you just roll for religion?
What the hell are you talking about? That's all I can tell you, really, is just what magic is on something.
Well, at least we know it doesn't do anything else.
So Thava will then pull out the broken sword, and before she hands it off to him, she'll say, "I'm not sure there's magic in this thing anymore, but
Given it's broken, I'm gonna assume it had to have been dispelled beforehand. You can't break magic weapons by natural means. You have to use magic to shatter the enchantment on them, making them mundane before you can break them. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that probably doesn't have any magic. I could still look at it, I guess, if you want, but fair warning.
Well, then I have a question. Can it be reforged?
If you know how to forge blade, sure. If you have the enchantment ready for it, and the magic to do so, yeah, anything's possible, I'm sure. I don't think I've ever seen a blade like that before, honestly.
So Dre, so when I rolled previously, I kind of knew what it was. I knew it was like a Dragon Slayer sword of some variety, right?
You surmised it. Since it's so nearly identical to Jadet's sword, it's probably a Dragon Slayer weapon of some kind.
Okay. Well, okay. She'll just she'll kind of hold it out, but not give it to him, and say, "I believe it's a Dragon Slayer sword of some variety."
Oh, whoa, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and he gestures in the air a few times, and his eyes change to color a little bit, and he goes, "Yep, there's no magic at all on that thing, currently." As he appears to cast Detect Magic.
Oh.
What do you... I can't buy things from you. That would be the quartermaster's job, so I don't know what else you want me to do.
I was just curious if you knew anything else about it.
Oh, yeah, I know. Not my specialty is not swords. Sorry. And he kind of rubs his hands, wrings his hands together a little bit nervously.
Yeah, I can tell. Thanks for the help.
Wow, sick burn.
And yeah, seeing that was all she really wanted to do, she kind of turns to exit.
Let me know if I can be of any further assistance. I'll be here.
Yeah, she just makes a gesture with her hand as she walks out of the tent.
Okay.
She's not much of an afternoon person either, but you can help me, actually.
Oh, yeah, whatever you need, of course.
Would you, being from Candlekeep, happen to have any additional pearls similar to the one that you were just using that I could buy off of you?
And without answering, he just turns around and starts going through boxes and different bags, digging through things. And no, books, scroll. No. Ah, there it is. Okay. And he drops a bag of different cut gems on the table and starts kind of rifling through it and goes, Or someone else who knows about magic, perhaps? Is that what you're... Oh.
I know a trick or two. A trick I haven't been able to do for a while. Generally, I borrow the pearl from someone else. But...
Most people don't ask for gems unless they know what they're doing with them. Yep, right here. And he pulls a fairly nice sized pearl out of the bag with a sheepish grin. It'd be 100 gold.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Second question for you.
Oh,
you mentioned scrolls.
Ooh, yeah, I have a bunch.
Would any of them be good for, say, comprehending languages?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty basic scroll. I do have a scroll to comprehend language.
How much would that be to take off your hands?
I would sell that to you for 25?
Yeah, throw that in as well.
Yeah, okay. A scroll. And he sets a scroll tube on the table with a pearl and pushes it towards you with a grin. 125 between those two. That'd be great.
Yeah, he happily counts that out and hands it off. Third question for you. This is not a sale, but he kind of rifles through his bag to pull out a pouch that is holding that vibrating crystal that we found so long ago in Glassstaff's room.
Mm-hmm.
And he offers it with asking, would you happen to know anything about a crystal like this?
That doesn't look like any gemstone I've ever seen in my life. Interesting.
Doesn't feel like one I've ever come across either.
Ooh, interesting. And he kind of picks one up and drops it immediately as it just weirdly buzzes and vibrates its way out of his fingers.
You see what I mean?
Okay, weird. Yeah, I would need some time, but that's really interesting. If you give me like a day or two, I'm gonna look through some things and maybe figure something out for you. No, I don't make any promises. I'm not a geologist of any kind, but
that's fine as long as I don't come back to find you sold it.
I will not.
As long as you need. It's just been gathering dust otherwise.
Okay, yeah, I won't do that. I will not do that. Cool. And he's just wide-eyed staring at these things as he picks them up and looks them over. They do give off magic, but I don't know what kind, and detect magic won't. And he just starts kind of muttering to himself about how detect magic is making them glow, but not really doing anything. Which you also had noted when you were in the room with it.
But I hope you didn't need his attention at all. I may have just given him a toy for the rest of the day.
Damn.
Is there anything Reyka, Rinn, Niah would like to do today? None of you have seen Gundren either. He seems to have been locked up in his room this entire day so far.
Yeah, Niah would probably try and go see Gundren.
I think we'll go with Niah.
Okay. Rinn, are you joining them, or?
I'm gonna think about it for a bit.
Okay. Coming to the room the dwarf is staying at and knocking, just goes, "It's open. Come in. Oh, excuse me. Oh." And as you open the door, he appeared to be in the middle of taking a drink of something and is briefly choking.
How you doing, Gundren?
Great. Oh, what can I do for...
Gundren, we went to great pain to revive you from the dead before. Please don't make us do it again.
Trying... Oh, what can I do for you? What do you need, my friends?
What can we do for you?
Well, my goal right now is just to get ready, recover, and probably go investigate the cave. I had a talk with the Harpers while you guys were all away yesterday, and they are very concerned about all of it. More than I thought they'd be. They were very pushy about it.
Did they give reasons?
Sounded like the same ones they gave you, but it's more pointed that those who don't know nothing about magic shouldn't be going around poking their noses in it, or you know. But I'm not there for magic, I'm there for the platinum veins that are within the mountain.
Right. Any word on what the magic that they're so adamant about is? What it is?
I'm not sure. You could go ask the Harpers themselves. Again, they do seem excited today. I heard the big one talking a little loudly this morning on his way out of his room, like he might have figured something out. But
yeah, we've done a favor for them, finding a book for them. Or at least the location of a book.
Oh, good. Either way, I'm going to need a couple more days to get ready. I don't know what we're gonna find there, so prepare yourselves for anything, I suppose. But until then, I don't really have much.
Any word from your brothers?
No, still no. No one's seen or heard from him. Even the individuals who have been out prospecting in the mountains. Starting to think the worst.
And do you have a lead for us to search for them, or?
No. The only way I could expect them to go is the cave. And with dragons now flying about, I mean, place is getting exponentially dangerous.
Yeah, speaking of dragons, the map of yours.
Oh, you said it was back at the place.
Yeah. How badly can we make do without it?
It would be a bit difficult traversing the place without it. You could though. We could make do. I remember some of the features. It's a very complicated place though.
Would you say that'd be less difficult than killing a dragon?
Oh, leaps and bounds more. I'm not going near dragons. No. Not interested.
Alright. You said a few more days for work for us?
I think if you give me a few days, yes, we could be ready to go looking for the cave. I'm just trying to recover and get everything squared away before I go out into the mountains.
What, you didn't get enough rest?
Oh, yeah, I was already feeling a little old before, but now I'm feeling real slow. Either way, I guess take the chance to get some rest. You sound like you've all been very busy the last couple of weeks.
Why, yes, Lady Anastasia has been very busy.
Lady who?
Is Rinn in here with us?
No.
No?
Nope.
Well, no.
No. Well, no.
Was it the answer you would have given before I started mocking you?
She did say she'd think about it.
Oh, Rinn has gotten herself in a bit of trouble.
Well, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Out of character, did she share the letter at all to the rest of the party, or was it just to Bud?
Suddenly you hear Rinn enter the room.
Do we?
Oh!
Click, clop, click.
Hello, Rinn.
Ah, it's our most gracious Lady Anastasia.
What is that about?
800. How are you healing up?
Great. Could you tell me what this business of being a lady's about? You're not very ladylike to begin with, so I don't believe it for a second.
Well. Well, do you remember that, job you sent me on back in Neverwinter?
With Bud, yes. The one that was a bit concerning when you got back.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had us infiltrate a very well-to-do sort of party, and how else were we going to do that without a little, decorum?
Right.
Well, say we pretended we were, not Rinn and Bud walking into the ball party with their fancy dress. I mean, what else were we gonna do?
I mean, you could probably be honest, and you probably could. You had my invitation with you, didn't you?
Sure.
You could have just told them that you came in my stead.
Reyka's eyes just, her eyebrows just raise.
You didn't. They knew I was supposed to be coming, and when I didn't show, usually you send, someone that represents you. You could have just told them that you were representing the Rockseeker brothers, or something like that. Did you make up personas?
Was there a reason why we did that,
It's on the spot.
Dre?
Persona.
Wasn't it because we lost the invitation or something?
No.
No.
You just made the presumption that you needed some alibis.
Oh.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Now Bud sounds disappointed.
It seemed weird to me because why wouldn't we just show the invitation?
No,
I feel like I thought we
showed
did
the
that because they
invitation.
said.
You showed the
Yeah.
invitation, but when he asked for your names, Rinn gave them some names.
That's right. She made them up. I remember now.
Are you muted, Rinn?
Look, Gundren, every book I've ever read about a fancy party has fancy people in fancy dress with fancy names. I was just trying to fit in so that we could get the information you were looking for. And we got it.
Did you though?
We did.
Because from your earlier retelling of it to me, you got scared, ran away from the party, met some blonde ditch in the middle of it, and that you didn't
Got the
really.
information you were looking for. Which was... I forget.
DM, insert info.
I had told you that I just wanted to know if there were any individuals cutting in on the mining prospects,
Yes.
and you said you didn't ask that question.
No, and there is, and his name is Sir Blonde Bimbo. Himbo. The one building the very apartment next to this tavern.
Right. What the hell have you been smoking this morning?
And on top of that, he
Alright.
likes me. And so I could, convince him to give away any other secrets you might want.
I'm confused as to what in the gods' names you're talking about.
Oh, what's his name? The Ocean Petal?
Oh, the pretty boy that set up a shop in town.
Yeah,
Oh,
him.
okay. Never heard the name before, but I mean, if you think he's a problem, then go right ahead.
Right. So,
I'm not
anyway,
concerned about him. A finery shop looks like a clothing shop. That's not mining, per se. So, do as you will, but understand
right, but
that...
why would we see setting up a finery shop? Like here, there's so many other things that are missing from this town. Who's coming that would need finery?
You are right. Maybe you should go ask him.
It's suspicious. And I will.
Great.
Eventually. At some point.
Just understand that you don't go making up fake nobility at parties. They don't like that. They don't take kindly to people impersonating people of import. Whether they're
Right.
fake or not. So just,
I don't know, it seemed
I-
like
I
a
was
pretty
just
good
dancing.
idea to me at the time.
Either way, you're free to do what you need to. I won't have any specific work. We can, again, head out in a few days, as I was telling Niah. So take some time, relax, or spy on this himbo bimbo of yours. Whatever please you. Just don't get in too much trouble before I need you again, lass.
All right, Gunjern, I won't let you down.
Great. If there's nothing else, anything you need from me, I'll be resting. Or
Look at Bud, and I say, we've got work to do.
Me? I didn't talk to him.
Look, Baron of Windenheim has certain
where?
responsibilities.
The fucking Baron.
And that includes helping Rinn get information from this ocean petal fella.
Well, I think he liked me, like, when I talked with him a little bit before you went off, but I guess I can help.
Damn right you can. All right, end scene, and she leaves the room.
Oh my god.
is there anything specific anyone else would like to do throughout this first day of your downtime? I know, Reyka, you had mentioned wanting to go do some game hunting before the ranch incident had happened.
Indeed.
That is certainly something you can do. It would just be a survival check, basically. And based on that, we'll go with some results of it.
Oh, great job. 8.
8. Okay. So you spend probably a lot longer than you intended to. One deer kind of gets away from you repeatedly, and you don't land the best blows on it to take it down, but by the time the day has elapsed, you've managed to get one alright sized buck.
One okay deer.
You can probably get about 30-ish pounds of useful meat off of it, which, to your knowledge, is fairly low for how much on average a buck might have. But that'll probably take you a day or less with assistance to dress the meat, debone everything, and basically clean up the meat for selling if you want to sell it.
Okay. What is meat like that worth?
About probably... I wrote this down. I specifically wrote this down. Where is it? You could probably sell it for about 1.5 gold a pound-ish.
Okay. So it'd be like 45 gold?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Sweet.
As this is an area where they are kind of in constant need of fresh meat, as everything is generally dried meat to be transported here. So fresh meat is nice, especially since this town doesn't seem to be hunter-focused. It's mainly mining-focused. You might be one of very few hunters in this town. So with a day and a half or so, you can hunt down a deer and make yourself 45 gold, we'll say.
Sweet. Do I need to go into town and sell that, or we just automatically?
Oh, we'll just say that you know, talking to Toblin and working with him to dress everything and sell it to him so that he can use it for the inn, for meals for everyone.
Sweet.
At some point, when your group, some that are gathered, whoever would like to, the bard, the dragonborn bard, would approach your group. So, hey guys, figured out what greenest means. Just wanted to kind of inform you. There's a town way off to the south, kind of near Baldur's Gate, that goes by the name Greenest. So you're aware. Just filling you in, because I know we all had a big knowledge gap. So that's what that's what we think it means, at least.
simplest thing, you know. Just trying to find the simplest solution. That's where Gariel's probably gonna pack up and head to next, but that's very far off, so we'll see.
Why do you want this book so bad?
Well, I don't know. She was saying that it's the spellbook of some wizard who took down a dragon by himself or something like that. Which is pretty impressive, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. Apparently it's got a lot of powerful magic in it that the Harpers don't want in other people's hands. So they sent her looking for
dragon stuff, Ray.
What?
What's going on with that?
Hey, that's just the actual lore of that. Leave me alone.
What's going on here?
I'm just using actual lore. Leave me alone.
And I did want to talk with you all again about this whole, he kind of hushes himself with the whole cave thing, the thing you guys are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing some more digging in the material that they gave me when I came out here, because admittedly, I didn't read it with as critical of an eye as I meant to, initially.
Niah just snorts.
Look, I'm not gonna claim to be good at code cracking or anything like that, and they're usually super cryptic in all this. There's, and he stays hushedly talking. The thing that they're trying to not let out, whatever it is. The thing that they sent me, this map, after I kind of put together 2 and 2, they just called it the end of all things. And that's, like, I got cold when I read that. I finally put all that together and just kind of puzzle worked itself out for me. That's a horrifying name. I don't know what that means, but that's the name that I was given for whatever's in there. And
So you know how I said I'd be spacey? I'll be honest, I spaced out the name. What was the name again?
He called it the end of all things.
Okay. Well, that's ominous.
Actually, question: are we all here now? Like after the course of the day, or
This would be on one of the several days of downtime. Whoever wants to be part of it can be.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
So, no word on what that is, how it's sealed, why.
No, it's just that's what's in there now, and they want no one touching whatever that is, whatever that means. And I don't have a comprehensive library with me to research anything, or am I a scholar of any kind, so I have no idea.
Do your people have people who know that?
Oh, sure, yeah, probably. They'd probably be somewhere like Candlekeep, or Waterdeep, or Neverwinter, or one of the major cities.
Is there any way we can request communication with them, some way to get information from them, more detailed information on what we're dealing with here? It seems like it's the kind of thing that's probably best for all involved to have better information on.
Yeah, I agree. The only problem is I don't have a sending stone or anything. So
Well, there's a messenger in town.
True.
Could we relay a request this way?
What time of day is it right now?
It'd be sometime in the mid-morning.
Oh, well, okay. Morning.
Maybe closer to noon, probably, after everyone's up and about.
Okay. Well, I just can't help but notice the whole end of the world thing while Thava has a book called The Universe Apocalypse. I'm just saying.
Huh.
Weird. I don't know if anyone else caught the name of the book. She might be the only one that did, considering it's an infernal, right? So.
Yeah, the only other person that could read it would be Reyka.
I'm hunting.
She's out hunting.
Still hunting.
Yeah, trying to bring in that extra cash.
That's
Hell
fair.
yeah.
I will say, Niah, after you let this name sit for a little bit, the end of all things, there's kind of a buzzing.
Wait a fucking minute.
There's a little bit of a buzz in the back of your head and a tingle in your ears as you think. And you just feel your heart sink with this overwhelming dread, though you're not quite sure.
Wait a fucking minute.
What, Niah?
No, none of these things are being said aloud. This is all out of
The
character.
bard continues with the bringing up of the messenger. I could send him with a letter to go to Neverwinter and then tell him who to seek out, and they could probably reach out, but that's gonna take days. I don't know what your guys' timetable is like, but whenever you guys decide to move, if someone's not already moving on it, because it does sound like there's other groups interested in this thing. Mine specifically. I don't know what sort of time constraint we're on, so I don't know if we have the luxury of knowledge for this one. You look.
Even if we backed off now, there are too many other parties looking for this that, regardless, we have to secure it.
Well, again,
There's no leaving this alone.
Again, talking to your dwarf friend, he's pretty adamant about the whole reopening the mine portion at least, and, Elgariel tried to dissuade him. I tried to dissuade him. He said it'd be fine. And I don't believe him for a second. So, if you guys are going there, maybe just try and figure out what's going on. While it is kind of part of my task to do so as well, and I can come with you, I just don't know if the dwarf is going to be willing to work with us on this. And I don't want allies breaking out in a fight in the midst of something named the end of all things. Just kind of being there.
That.
The
material you have, is that all it said?
It took me a while to figure it out, but yeah, the letters kind of lined up and they had a weird cipher in it, and it took me a day or so of just looking it over really closely, because you are right, it didn't make any sense that they sent me here with less than optimal information on what the hell I'm doing, so I double-checked, and that's the best I could figure out. There's nothing else in there, there's just a name, and then the general instructions following everything else.
Who sent you?
Well, I don't know the names of anyone higher up in the Harpers. We're a very sort of lateral guild, where when you're a part of the Harpers, you get some contacts, and a lot of things kind of get passed hand to hand to you. Usually
the orders are legitimate?
As far as I can tell, it's in, one of the ciphers that we generally use. Unless someone's using Harper ciphers, but that changes every month or so, so I doubt that. What a great question. Generally, I just have to trust that whoever's looking out for things is doing their best and getting sent on a specific mission rather than being told just do good in the world and stop the imbalance of power. That's generally just kind of the thing, and then that means different things to different people, but being told to go to a specific place about a specific person is bigger, and maybe it was because they didn't want anyone else in the chain that handed it to me to know, but pretty secretive,
So,
even for a secret
your
guild.
goal is to seal the mine and have no one touch it?
Sounds like it.
Is
Just
that the outcome they want?
don't let it reopen.
That is...
If whatever's in there is contained by something, then best to not mess with it, really. So, I'm gonna keep working on the dwarf, I guess. But
I mean, even if you win over Gundren, what's about the next group still seeking treasures?
right. So
Like, wouldn't it be better to secure it and understand the threat we're actually facing?
yeah, and again, since I don't know where the damn thing is, if I'm allowed to come with you guys, I will try my best to help with that.
And you swear your goal is only to ensure that this threat is sealed, and remains sealed.
Especially now that there's something with a name like that potentially involved. Yeah, that's kind of, apocalyptic sounding. Not acceptable in my opinion. I just, joined the Harpers to try and do good and keep people safe out here, so...
I would like an insight check.
Sure. Feel free.
20.
Wow. Yeah, he seems like he's being very genuine. He's maintaining good eye contact with you. He's not looking around. He doesn't look nervous. He just looks worried.
Niah just kind of leans forward and quietly just says, there are a number of forces, dark forces, from the looks of it, seeking this as well.
Interesting. I'm assuming you mean this other individual that orchestrated the attack on Gundren.
The spider.
Yeah.
But even then, the wizard Glassstaff, something was wrong with him.
Right. Well, still keeping an eye out for him too. Haven't heard anything about an individual like that. It's a pretty unique description, having, a glass staff that's usually you don't make them out of glass. That's kind of weird. So, he'll probably stick out if we find him.
Well, it'll be good to have you with us when we go down. Hopefully we can figure out what it is and find a good solution.
Yeah, I'll do my best. But the dwarf probably won't be happy about it, but I'll be coming along either way. Whether it's following at a distance or alongside you guys.
Are you willing, if he can have his mine and we can maintain the seal on this, whatever this is, can we get a compromise?
Probably. I would need to see firsthand to better assess what's going on in there. The place was a magical forge at one point. It was used by individuals to create magical items. Weapons, armor, enchantments, all sorts of stuff. Back in the day, 500 plus years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's opened again, I don't know if, someone digs too deep. It's starting to sound like an old fantasy story.
Well, sometimes just knowing of some things can invite disaster. And those who create magical wonders may delve where they shouldn't.
Yeah, and the simple knowledge that something like that could accidentally happen and unleash whatever. Who knows? But you guys seem to have good heads on your shoulders. From what I can tell. You'll make the right decision, I'm sure.
Niah just kind of side-eyes Rinn.
What? I get it. End of the world. We gotta stop it. Gundren might be an idiot. We can fix this.
Good. Well, I'm gonna go out for a bit of a scouting run. You all stay safe. And just let me know when you're going.
Niah just kind of gives a jaunty wave. So Niah would have tried to repress any physical reaction to the name and of all things. I'm not sure how well she would have succeeded though.
Passive insight, anybody?
Yeah, I would say might be like a deception check to actively try and keep your expression from changing during that moment.
15.
15. So, someone would have to have a passive insight higher than that to notice Niah kind of looking a bit uncomfortable, wincing, showing a reaction to that name. I don't know if anyone's passive insight is that high.
Mine's 10.
Bud, what's your passive insight?
Let me see. It's 12.
Reyka wouldn't be there. What is Synas' passive insight?
14, but he also probably wouldn't be there because he was gonna go off and inscribe a scroll.
Gotcha. Yeah, so no one seems to notice, but you are quite worried all of a sudden.
Uh-huh. That's really unfortunate of that timing.
And I think, looking at the time, might be a good place to stop for the day, as we are coming up on about 3.5 hours. So,
Ah.
Oh god, my brain.
I think we will call it there for today.
Oh yeah, sure. Enough on that. Great.
Yeah. Slight cliffhanger. Internal party cliffhanger. It's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well.
thank you guys for playing. As always, I appreciate it tremendously, and we will see where we go and where all of this takes us and what you all would like to do next. The next time we catch up with the Dorks in Danger.
Dorks in Danger!
Yes. Thank you. Have a good night.